cards are reading. This is amazing. King Queen versus King Queen. Who do you root for?
I'm gonna go with Zach here. I think the aggression's gonna pay. Hopefully the audio is a little better now.
My understanding is the audio should be fixed. You guys let us know. How's the audio doing?
Hopefully we've upgraded from, quote, dumpster fire.
Sounds pretty good to me.
That's what we're going for here.
I'll be right back.
And now he leaves me. All right, guys, thanks. So basically what happened is we got a lot of new equipment upgrades recently, as in like a lot. And so bugs are getting worked out. We're ironing out kinks. It's live TV. We're hanging out. So are you. We appreciate it. Racing Guy says, off to fire the audio guy. Strong. Larry, we need to be picture-in-picture because this guy wore a suit for this. That's why.
I thought we were both wearing suits tonight. That's what you told me.
No. I thought you said business casual. I thought that's what this meant. Did we not? No?
All right, we got Brandon in the box. We got Kyle in the game. Full nine-handed, 100, 200 limit game. Pretty exciting. Let's see some chips change hand. $200 at a time. Yeah, right now everyone kind of settling into this game, being pretty picky with their starting hands, actually.
Yeah, you know, somebody commented earlier on overall stack sizes versus the limit of this game, and it's just kind of one of those things that's just getting warmed up. And even though we only stream until 10 p.m., generally speaking, these stream games really start heating up towards the end of the stream, and they go pretty far into the night. So just because we stop at 10 p.m., if you're anywhere within driving distance and interested in playing, we highly encourage you to, because these games probably, I mean, I've seen them go till sun up a few times.
Yeah.
So, Tony G with Kings, 3 bets to 300.
Now he needs to be really careful because Kings do not have a great reputation on the stream, and in limit, it's hard to bet a lot of hands out.
Yeah. Ace, Ace, Deuce,
That
couple
might
of
be
gloves.
okay for him, even though he's probably not incredibly happy. He's happy now.
Yeah. Once I can bet and have Kyle fold, I'm always happy.
Kings finally scoop a pie here. Stones live. Where Kings usually don't do that great.
Yeah, Kings almost never win on the stream, guys. Or in Sacramento. There's a running joke there, so you know, take it as you will.
Right on. If you are in the area and you were just thinking tonight, I want to play in a 100, 200 limit hold'em game, where could I find one?
If you got $5 burning a hole in your pocket.
We have one right here. Come in, and we have a ton of great limit promotions that go along with this game too.
Yeah.
Pennies to these guys.
Oh,
Absolute
yeah.
pennies.
I don't think the limit promos matter to this game right here.
They're like, oh, I just won 2 bets. Thanks.
So Andrew's going to come in. Steve, 2 bet.
I think actually
Andrew
raised, and then
Steve
Steve called. Tony with ace deuce suited coming along, and now these like suited aces, suited connectors, middle, like jack 10. I was just gonna say, I feel like they have a lot more value pre-flop and limit. All right, so we are looks like 5 ways to this flop. And a couple of spades on board, a queen and a jack. Andrew catches a piece, Steve catches a piece. Not much for Tony or Mark here. Did I hear 2 bets? Sounds like it might have been bet and 2 bets. We're catching up to the action here. That's correct. Andrew bets his king jack. Steve K raises up 200, and we get another spade. This is an interesting card.
Nobody with a spade redraw in their hand, though.
Andrew checks. Steve bets. He's not slowing down here. And it's going to be enough to take this down, 1.3K.
Grinding Daily, no. That is not Andrew Black. That is Andrew Barber. Close, though. Andrew B, nonetheless.
2015 WSOP bracelet winner for the horse event.
Yeah, I remember hopping on and watching that live actually, because like I said, he's a local here,
yep.
And it's just like, oh yeah, he's final tabled it, and it was like 2 a.m. and I log on, and it's like him and this other guy heads up just duking it out, and so I'm like, oh sweet, get my popcorn, let's rock.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Did he just dominate, or was there some back and forth?
There was some back and forth, but I think once he had the chip lead on the guy, it was tough for the guy to start firing back.
All right, Mike Lewis jumping into a pot here for a raise of 200 with King 10.
Texas Donkey asks, how much did Druff buy in for? Did most of these players buy in for close to the same amount?
Yeah, there were like $4,000 or $5,000 buy-ins on a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think that would be about where you should come in on this game. And the crazy thing about this game too is because of the bet sizing, you see these pots get inflated much bigger than even in a 10-25 typically pre-flop.
Exactly, because I feel like when people are overbetting those pots,
whoa,
oh, wow.
Look at this flop.
And for aces too, and Barber has ace queen, flop the nut straight here. Zach
but
with
with
the
3
redraw.
hearts
Yeah,
on board, how's he
it.
feeling right now?
You hate it. Now 2 pair for Mike, looking to boat up here. Zach, wow,
There's a
what
little
a
something
setup
for
board.
everybody here.
With the royal flush draw, is just brutal. Okay, well that's going to seal it up for Zach unless Mike can fill up here with a king or 10 on the river.
And Andrew just hates that card. Why do you want to stick another 200 and they're like, you're beat. There's no way.
GL Sin 85. Oh,
wow.
wow. All flush on board. Zach's still way ahead with aces here. Okay, to answer your question, the rules of betting for Limit Texas Hold'em is?
Pretty simple. I mean, if you're pre-flop or flop, you bet $100 at a time. So you can bet 100, the next person could raise to 200, and then you're capped at 4.
So you can bet 100 pre-flop, 100 on the flop,
yep.
And then it doubles there for the turn and river bets.
Exactly, $200 increments, turn and river, and the action, you can have 4 aggressive actions, so it can be bet, raise, raise, raise.
So technically it could be a maximum from each player of 400, 400, 800, 800. Wow,
yeah.
solid.
Yep. So pots get pretty bloated in Limit, especially in a game this big. And Zach enjoying his moment in the sun, scooping some chips and stacking them up right there.
So Occupy Weed, I would imagine that Druff bought in for that right around 4 or 5K mark, something like that.
We do have our cash win command working again, I believe. Let's take a peek. And there it is. So since we've started streaming, we have Andrew down 2K, Mike L 1.3, Doug M down 600, Kyle down 300, Dandruff down 2. Head right now, Mark S at 500, Steve K 825, ZM 1.2K, and Tony 1.9K.
Solid.
Yeah. Use the exclamation mark and cash win anytime you want to see the current stats for the game. That is always available to our viewers.
Aunt Doom in the house. What's going on, my friend?
Nice. Been a while since we had Aunt Doom on the stream.
Yeah, always a pleasure. It's a nice surprise when I see Aunt Doom on the stream. Now, D. Jewel says, so Druff is down 250, so he must have bought him for 6 then. However, we don't actually, they play for a little bit before we start streaming. So they play for about a half hour. Play for an hour before we start streaming. So that actually doesn't necessarily mean that we don't start from the very first time hand that they sit down. We give them an hour warm-up period and then start streaming from there.
Yeah, it starts from when what you actually see here on the stream is essentially the start of the game for all the stats that you're seeing. I wonder if we get VPIP for this game. No VPIP. Very sad.
Nope.
Very sad.
So Mark here is going to throw out 2 bets. And Mike's going to come along. Battle of the suited ace kickers. Mike L, not actually horrendous flop
horrible.
for him. He's got a wheel draw. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Mark S just going to put a solid nail in it here. Connects with his 9.
And a queen on the river. That seals it up for Mark. And these situations, like, there's no way you're going to bet anybody out or anything. So it's better just to check and see what happens. And the one thing you will notice very different about Limit Hold'em is it's fast.
It's super
plays
fast.
Very fast.
Yeah, it's just because, I mean, your options are limited, right? The guy's either going to bet 200 or he's going to check. So if I'm ready to check call, I have my bet out. By the time he bets it, I'm putting it in as well. And
So
it's like,
in what ways would you say it's, is it more complicated poker in some ways, or is it less complicated? Is it easy? Is you just on autopilot?
For me, it's more frustrating. Let's put it that way, because I don't feel that I have the ability to ever bet anybody off a draw. Where at least in No Limit, you know that if you have top set and they have a big flush draw, and you can push their entire stack in, and you're like, do it or don't, it's on you. Whereas this, I know you're gonna check, I'm gonna bet, you're gonna call. When you river it, you're gonna bet, I'm gonna cry, I might call.
So it becomes more about making hands rather than like kind of strategizing. Like there's got to be what I'm trying to say. There's got to be a long-term winning strategy for Limit Hold'em. It's going to be very different than No Limit Hold'em.
Yeah.
Like, how would you approach the game? Are you going to play more draws? Are you gonna lower your hand selection, your starting hand selection to the top 10?
I don't know. I'm gonna play a little bit more snug because I don't feel that you can. If you're gonna just like float a lot and just like really loose limp in a lot of these pots, you're gonna drain your stack quick.
So we got some guys in the chat room chiming in on this, and first of all, I want to point out Crush Live Poker's joined us tonight. That's Bart, and he wants to know how many meals Dandruff has eaten so far. We just opened up the tab for them, so we're going to tally at the end of the night. But apparently he is notorious for getting the comp meals.
Well, that's unfortunate because we have a lot of really good food here, so he's going to eat a lot.
Yeah. Movie maker Jay Casino says Limit is more mathematical. So I could see that as a long-term strategy. It seems like it would be much more specific to when you continue, when you fold, and get away. You're chasing value more often.
Yeah, you need a certain amount of equity on each street to really continue mathematically.
The thing is, like, if you're figuring pot odds like you do in No Limit Hold'em, if you're figuring pot odds,
well, you
it feels
always
like
have pot
always
odds,
have
and
pot
that's
odds.
the problem.
That's
right?
the crazy thing. So you're not always supposed to call draws, right?
No. I think if anything, you're looking for just the bigger draws. Have a straight draw and flush draw, the combo draws.
Yeah. And Kyle looking a little disgusted there. He threw away 2 diamonds. I don't know if you caught that. One of them was the Jack Diamonds.
Oof.
So he's probably, I wish I played. He would have had flush here. But we do have the check mark for Mark. Mark with the check mark. What's up, Rob Malt? Thank you for joining us.
Football game going on. I'm like, whenever there's large amounts of cheers here, it's either a sports game
or jackpot.
Or it's a jackpot.
Yeah, jackpot.
Either way, yeah.
Guys, there's your chip counts. ZM with a ton of chips. Look at that mountain of white and green. We do have the $500 chip in play tonight. I love it when we break those out.
Very cool.
And if the game gets too big, we're prepared with the yellow $1,000 chips.
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
right?
Group 5 says, if I may, which I like how he puts that in there, a bunch of small decisions that are often clear and often paying off expecting to fold.
Mark with ace 3, 100 to go, and why not? Let's see a flop. It's only $100. Now what we did with the green chips is we basically made it a 4-8 game. 4 chips, 8 chips.
Yeah.
So it's 2 bets now. We're gonna get a raise from Mike with, or from Steve, with ace jack, and Mike comes along with deuce 3 suited.
He's going to cut off. He's got position at this point.
Should be fun.
Let's do a little gamble. Oh, look at that. And he actually, Mike, with the deuce 3 suited flops a flush draw. The baby is flush draw along with a gut shot straight draw. Everybody else kind of in whiff city here. I think
Mike bets at it, which is great. Now, why not? Eliminate any hands that could pick up draws on the turn. Check that out. 1 bet.
Boom, done.
All it takes
the whole thing down.
3 high. Got it.
Movie maker JJ Casino says, Druff has free food. There goes the food department's quarterly profit in the house. I love it.
I did not know what I was getting into inviting these guys to this game.
You don't even know.
Now, he did, I can attest to you, he ordered the New York steak and fries, all right? He may not be a viewer of Stones Live because anyone that watches Stones Live knows that salads are actually your positive EV food.
Yeah, if you
on these
order a
streams.
salad here, you pretty much run good. Just ask Carlin. He has his own command.
That's science, folks. That's science. You can't argue with science, right?
Yeah. Well, you can argue with it, but you won't get very far. So it looks like Andrew B here is going to pop it up for 2 bets. Oh, did Doug pop it? I think Andrew popped it. Oh yeah, Andrew popped it here with pocket 8s. And Kyle makes the call with ace jack, and Zach from Sac is going to come along as well. Queen 3 suited. Right in the window, couple of queens for Zach. No messing around.
Hey, why not? Queen 3, flop a couple of queens, no problem.
Five on the turn here, so betting called on the flop. Andrew's going to continue to fire here on the turn. Zach checks, Andrew bets 200. And now comes the 2-bet. This should be setting off some alarms for Zach, or for Andrew here. And this is why it's interesting, because if this was a no-limit game, it's a little bit scarier to worry about kicker issues. In this game, you're going to see if you get 3-bet back, but most of the time, if you can only flat here, you're probably feeling pretty comfortable with
Now,
your queen
how
tray.
sick is an 8 on the river, though?
That would be very sick, very ill.
So ZM is raised to 400. He's put in 2 bets.
And Andrew's going to call. What's that river card? Show me that river card. Say it ain't so. Show me, don't show me it ain't.
So
Close.
I mean,
7.
from Andrew's perspective, it's like pretty unlikely with 2 queens on board that his opponent has a queen. But this is limit poker, and people will pretty much come along with anything.
Of course,
right?
and but like we said, you could always try to get away with making a move here in these higher limit games. But every other card on the board was beneath his 8s.
Yeah.
And so I think that aided in him making the call,
Definitely.
obviously. Rick and Barstow, what's going on? Not the bad guy 23. I am Greek. Suited aces. Dice gone funny. D Jewel.
Cool name, by the way.
Ghost
Not the
of M.
bad guy. I like that.
Not the bad guy. It'd be great if he's like defending himself. Says, I'm not the bad guy here. We're like, we know. Calm down.
What's up, Rick and Barstow? I'm glad Rick is here tonight because he missed our last Urban Dictionary word of the night. And I was really sad. I was actually going to clip it out and tag him on Twitter, and guess what? He doesn't have Twitter.
I'm not surprised.
He doesn't have Facebook.
Barstow doesn't have Twitter.
I think he uses a rotary phone.
Yeah.
It could be. We're going to have to investigate.
D-Val in the house. Thank you for the suit. I just received my next nice fun suit
very nice.
that will be probably on the Halloween episode. So
right.
we'll see how that goes. D-Val, another one of our regulars here, made a pretty solidly deep run in the WSOP circuit event going on currently here. And another guy, Sasha.
Yeah, I saw Sasha got second place.
For like 40-something
pretty
thousand,
awesome.
man. Wow, good for you guys. Off a $365 buy-in, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's funny, as I'm seeing all these updates fly across my Twitter feed and stuff from the circuit event, I'm like, hey, I know them.
Right.
And then I see the final table names, I see Sasha there, and
Of
I'm
course.
just like, oh, yeah.
I mean, it's such a close and tight-knit community of poker in the Sacramento area.
Yeah. Sasha must be worn out, otherwise I'm surprised he's not here. He's
Right.
like, I just got 45 grand, I'll
But
just come sit down.
I don't think Sasha really plays limit. Oh, maybe he does play limit. I don't know.
Well, whatever, you're free rolling.
So Kyle just scooped a pot, picks up ace jack. He's going to raise again, and 150 more for Mark to call with ace 10 suited.
And Mark makes the call.
Doug is priced in, and we have a flop.
And looks like it's pretty much whiff city for everybody here. Kyle's ace jack still leads. Doug, the only player with a spade in case it wants to come running flush.
I love that Aunt Doom chimes in the chat room, says the game's not big enough for Sasha.
Yeah. Yeah. Sasha's like, unless I can win myself another BMW i8, then I'm really not interested. Larry Laffer, what's going on, buddy? Yes, you're back. Tonka, you're funny.
They totally should have made this a kill game.
That would have been all the way. Dan Raffier with 9s. I think he raised it up. He 2-bet it, and now Zach with aces is going to 3-bet.
Oh my God!
This could get ugly if we see a 9 at all. Oh, and Andrew with 5s. He's going to come along for the whole 3-bet.
Why not?
Hell yeah!
I think it might go up again.
Now Dan Druff, is he going to cap? No, he's just going to call. All right,
Okay.
so 3 players, 3 bets each, $900 in there. Let's party.
Aces, 9s, and 5s. Gotta love it.
And that's going to slow things down real quick. 5s and 9s both miss. Aces still ahead.
It looked kind of sad right there. Like, I can only bet 100.
Pyro Shen, a kill game is when the same player wins 2 hands in a row. The bet sizing will increase. They have a half kill game where they'll increase by half. And they have a full kill game where they actually double the limit.
Now look at this. ZM's still ahead, but a diamond on the river would actually give Andrew a flush. Of course, not one he'd be super stoked about.
Yeah.
But he still has kind of a small chance to win this pot. That wasn't it. Aces are good. Andrew checks. We may get one last bet from Zach here. 200. Not sure Andrew will call here. This might be one of those spots that I still need to learn about limit. Is when do you let it go? And that's the spot.
That's
right
when
there.
you let it go. There it is.
So I would think it would be worth it to chase with that hand, because if that hand does something, if it hits, then you're definitely going to get paid off, especially if you know your opponent was on a huge hand.
So-
but Zach continuing the climb up the ladder, over
Yeah.
10,000 in a
Over
stack
10K
right
now. In fact, guys, if you take a look, we do have a command here, exclamation point cash win. I'm going to punch it in there. Zach currently is our big dog, our big winner. He's up 3.3K since the stream started, followed directly by Tony, who's up about 1,500. Pyro Shan, I think some other guys were talking about, doesn't the rake pay for the stream? The rake actually covers all of the equipment costs for this. Believe it or not, it's a lot. It's true. People are like, oh yeah, what, I got a handy camera, I can't get a stream. Like, no, there's so much more than that. You know, this guy went back and forth to the electronics store every 2 hours for like 3 days straight.
That's true. They
I
know
don't
my
think
name there.
Fry's Electronics never wants to see you again, ever. Or maybe they do. I'm wondering where
No,
you're at.
they love me. Yeah, they're like, we could pay our bills this week. So Mike Flops best here hitting his king.
Not the bad guy 23 asks if we take bitcoins. We don't, but if you wanted to come in here, maybe you can just pay me a full coin and I'll buy it for like half of whatever the hell market value is, since I don't trust it.
We pick up a third heart on the turn. No one with hearts. Mike's king still out in front. And a fourth heart. That's going to slow everything down a little bit. Mike will flip it over, and he's going to scoop this one.
Zach still with a solid commanding lead on this table. Look at that. Almost outstacked the next biggest stack here by 2-1.
So crazy.
Now, did Zach buy in for about the same amount as everybody else for the 4 or 5K
You know, I
mark?
wasn't at the table when he showed up. I'm not sure.
It'd be great if he's just trolling everybody and he really bought in like 10 grand, but then lost a little bit before he started streaming. So
Right.
it looks like he's up, but he's barely even. I paid for these.
All that matters is he has them now.
Just holding on to him. The bad guy says Drev should have ate the salad, obviously. He'd probably have the same size stack as Zach here.
All right, ZM raising it up. Ace-3 of hearts. Let's see if he can get some action here. Doug's out of there. Andrew on the button with 10-4 is going to let it go. Small blind lets it go with ace-deuce, and that's it. A rare pre-flop scoop.
Doesn't happen too often at this game, that's for sure.
Now, there's no intimidation from the big stack here because you can only put your bets in 100 or 200 at a time. So it's really kind of just like this like a source of influence and power at the table.
Well,
I'm king of the mountain right
Yeah,
now.
and I was going to
I've
say
got all the
your
chips.
risk and your exposure is fairly limited. I mean, meaning knowing that you only have to call one bet, and you know if you get a piece of the flop, you only have to call one more bet at most if it's just heads up. Because I mean, you're not going to like bet and get knowing he'll raise you, you know. So just check call and see what happens.
We got some very serious conversations going on the table tonight as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are watching at home, you want to tune in. We'll take some breaks and let you guys listen in. Some political topics.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a couple players at the table I know who are very, very much into that. They're actually just into constructive arguing, if you will. So we'll see.
Good skill to have.
We'll see some of that. Politics and poker. What is this, Thanksgiving?
I think they kind of go hand in hand. Especially considering that politics is the reason we don't have online poker right now.
All right. All right.
Fair?
Yeah, no politics in the booth, though. No politics in the booth.
Why not?
Nope. Because honestly, I can't do that Trump hairstyle that he's got.
He has hair?
No.
I thought it was the thing.
I'm pretty sure it's just cotton candy that they food color and they just swirl it on in the morning.
Tashi408 says that these players look like the 3-6 limit players at his casino.
Wow. Hey, guys, it is. It's just 3-6 limit for people with a much bigger bankroll.
This table is so serious.
Now, if only they gave you a solid limit promo at this game like they normally do. You buy in for 10 grand. We'll give you like
$2 grand.
We'll give you like 12 grand to start.
You guys in the chat room have so many jokes about dandruff eating.
Yeah, I'm just here for the dandruff trolling, really. So this is fun here. Everybody coming along. Ace
Wow,
7
look at
4,
this.
a couple of clubs. Everybody misses. Solid pot to be stolen. So Kyle insta-bets. Mike calls. Now Kyle checks. Mike checks behind.
Wow.
Oh, got
what a river. Mike
Kyle's
picks up
not
a
going to
pair.
like to see this.
Check. And I love this. $900 is the smallest pot we've had so far.
And that's rough. It's rough to just like check. No, you're ahead 3-outered for 9. Because it's the one thing. It's the limit size, right? Because it's like, oh, whatever. Okay, here's your $18. But when it's here's your 900, that sucks.
Do you think Kyle? I already answered my question. Say if Kyle fires on the turn, does he win? But then there's the heart draw, so he's going to call for the heart draw.
Yeah, exactly. He's coming along no matter what. And I think that Kyle says, well, if you do have a club draw, you're not folding. If you have a heart draw, you're not folding. And if you have an ace, you're not folding. So I feel like I'm just lighting $200 on fire by betting on the turn.
So it was a smart check, I think.
Yeah.
Not the bad guy wants to know if you can rebuy. Yes.
You can add on right now. You can add on right now for
Absolutely.
11 gajillion
Just
chips.
come down here and put your name on the list, okay? It's going to be great.
Yes.
So we've actually ended up with a capped pre-flop. Now, Steve K, pocket sixes, makes the first raise. Kyle with pocket deuces, 3 bets. And then in the small blind position, Tony caps a 4-bet with pocket nines. And Dandruff gets out of there. We're going 3 ways to this flop. Ace, queen, and an 8. Nines are still ahead, but not happy about it. 7 on the turn. It checks to Steve. Kyle betting 200 with his pocket deuces. And wow, Kyle's going to take it down with the bet.
That's what we were talking about. Sometimes the one bet's all you need. Potential? I don't know. I don't have the list of all the previous ones yet. I did not. I didn't know this was going down.
Me neither.
I didn't know this was going down. There's one other one I want to look up.
First hand of the 8 o'clock hour, guys. Thank you again for joining us. Stones Live Poker, 100, 200 limit hold'em tonight. Steve K with Queen Jack raising to 200.
I don't feel comfortable with that one.
ZM, Zach from Sac with ace-3 is going to call, and Steve hits his queen. It's in great shape right now, but not much to get from Zach here. Going to let it go. The hand wraps up nicely.
We've had this one, but this looks fun.
That could work.
All right, well, it's gonna work. So Kyle with sevens makes it 2-bet. Tony G 3 bets behind. Kyle makes the call. Queen, queen 8.
Okay.
Where's the ace jack 7 when you need it?
And we did have a queen folded pre-flop.
Kyle check calls here. I definitely don't hate Kyle's check call there on the flop because Tony G is going to c-bet that 99% of the time and checks now. Now this is the point where Tony's thinking, can I actually get away with this? And he can't.
Yeah. If
now,
there was no limit.
If the Turner River had peeled another over the 8 or a diamond, he could get away with betting and possibly having Kyle fold there. I think Tony G was just examining board texture on the river and it's like, is this believable? No, it's not. Just check and give up.
So guys, every time we have JK Squared, Justin and Justin on Stones Live, we do this little segment, the Urban Dictionary Word of the Night, always includes Sacramento. And we're going to try and find a spot. Now the hands are really fast, so we're going to have to work it in maybe between a couple of hands.
Yeah.
But we're going to deliver that to you in the next couple minutes. So if you tuned in, you saw Justin and Justin, you were thinking, oh, Urban Dictionary Word, we're not going to let you down. We're just going to be a couple minutes late. Usually go right at 8.
Yeah.
All right, Mike L. 6-9 suited, gonna raise it up to 200. I like to see some of the players like Mike are kind of mixing it up and playing some different hands, you know? Makes for a fun game. So Doug's gonna take a look here with 10-9. And we're heads up to the flop. Misses both players. Oh, actually Mike hits a 6 and bets it. And that's good enough. Okay, so for those that don't know what the Urban Dictionary Word segment is, do you want to give them a little history, background?
Yeah, so in all honesty, guys, I really was just looking for a skee ball machine because I do...
An actual skee ball
machine.
Yeah,
I do arcade games, right? It's kind of my thing. So looking for a skee ball machine, innocently, air quotation, typed in Sacramento skee ball.
Right.
Because I'm looking for a skee ball machine.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
In Sacramento.
Of course. And then the Urban Dictionary popped up and gave me the definition that I never knew existed and never knew that I needed in my life.
Yeah.
And you guys
feel free to look it up. Sacramento skee ball.
Feel free to Google that. That's how it all started. And I said, ooh, what is this Urban Dictionary fun? So I brought it up on the stream. Everybody looked it up. We started laughing. And they said, hey, you should do another one next week.
Yeah.
And now...
It kind of turned into a thing.
Exactly. So it's kind of our thing.
What have we done? 15 of them now?
We've done 15. This will be number 16.
Okay.
Yeah. We're doing it right now?
Well, let's wait for the hand to be over. I'll set some ground rules for our chat, and we'll do it.
You give your disclaimer, so we don't
got
get
a fun one.
We get fired almost every time we do
almost
this,
every time, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew's betting out. We had his cards a second ago. I'm not sure where they are right now. See, check over to Tony, who's going to bet 200 on the turn. 7 of diamonds on the turn. Try to catch you guys up since we're not seeing graphics right now.
So check, bet, call.
Jack of diamonds on the river. Check from Andrew. We're over to Tony. 200 more if Andrew wants to call.
Thinking about it.
And look down on Andrew's rail right there. He's got one of the brand new, very fancy, very beautiful Stones card protectors because he won that Aces Cracked earlier.
Oh,
so
what
right
are
now,
those?
any promotion you win, we have a card protector that goes along with it.
What?
Really
When do I get
nice.
one of those?
You got to win a promotion. You can't even buy it. You have to win a tournament or win any of our promotions.
What are those? And what did you win?
I won being the best tournament director at Stones Award.
That's a lie. Lies. Lies, lies, lies.
So
you want to give a disclaimer? Go for it.
When we give you the Urban Dictionary word, the rules are it's just for you. Just like Morpheus said to Neo when he went to see the Oracle.
Matrix reference.
Keep it to yourself. It's not for anyone else. What we say to you is just for you. Most importantly, please understand that our mods are trigger happy and they will use the ban hammer without any hesitation. So please don't post it in the chat room. That's all we ask.
It's generally gross, vulgar, and has nothing to do with poker. So without further ado, this week's Urban Dictionary term survey says Sacramento squash tourney. Sacramento
Enjoy.
squash tourney. Back to the action. Kyle, raising it up to 200. Tony G 3 betting here. Ace-6-7, couple of hearts here. Card readers on the fritz, but it looks like somebody bet and got it through. Who's going to win it? Kyle or Tony?
All right.
Going to
Easy
Tony.
enough. It's Tony. They're testing the mods. I don't recommend it, guys. Our mods are crazy.
Are they? Relatively crazy. Yeah.
Not like crazy, like as crazy as my ex-girlfriend crazy. But
Oh, no. We didn't say nuttier than a squirrel turd batshit crazy. No.
Zach is definitely on a heater, guys. Have to agree. Guy is on fire. 10 G's on the table in front of him.
Yes. Big white unit with the comment of the night. Can we use the Urban Dictionary term
That's
in
acceptable.
a sentence?
Absolutely.
Very allowed.
Yes,
That's a
we
great
could do
idea
that.
indeed.
All right. Hopefully we got our readers fixed. Like to see some of the exciting action with these guys. 100, 200 limit hold'em on the stream tonight. And a quick shout out too for everyone watching on YouTube. We are simulcasting this evening. Our normal Twitch crowd, of course, we love having you guys here. But we may have some people on YouTube as well, so we want to say hi to them. Hey guys, enjoy your Urban Dictionary word. All right, we got a $300 bet. 3 bets out there pre-flop. There's your flop. King Jack 9. Six of heart, and we got spade draw and a heart draw out there. Do not know what the players' cards are right now.
Pots O Green. Once again, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you click that heart and follow us. We're here with you every Monday and Wednesday, spewing cash game action. Looking around the table, those green chips are 25s, the whites are hundos. That's about all you need to know. Reds are 5s, blues are 1s, but who cares?
There it is. A king, a heart draw. Looks like just enough to scoop it.
Now, this is a good question here, and I don't know, I think we're going to be able to give the answer. Torture You says, do poker players have to give their info for a CTR if they buy in for over 10K in one day at the regular casino games?
Yeah, they take the information down, but it's not reported for taxes.
It's not reported. It's not reported like, hey, this guy's probably a big hitter, we should know him, we should invite him back.
No, there actually is some paperwork that is filed for there. It's like for the money laundering going on or something like that, yeah.
So do not come launder your money here if you work for, like, if your uncle is Pablo
It won't work.
Escobar.
It won't work.
Just don't.
Mechanisms in place to stop it.
Contact me privately. We'll figure out how to go.
Any exchange of money over $10,000, it has to be reported. It's not necessarily going to be reported for tax, but it has to be reported.
But 10,000 at one time? Like, what if I come in and there's 1,000 here, 1,000 there?
It's 10,000 in 24 hours.
Oh. So guys, wait 25 hours. Let's talk about how to skirt the. I'm just totally kidding. Totally kidding.
Oh, it looks like they're rolling in for you.
Wow, those men in black are fast.
Yeah. And they watch our stream. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm honored. I'm honored. Cuff me. Brandon's wondering what game is streaming this Wednesday.
It happens to be this little game we used to always have called Veronica and Friends.
And are we still thinking about Ladies Night potential for that?
Well, we don't really do a ladies' night, but it just so happens at this
A guys
point
in drag
that
night?
everybody that's signed up happens to be a girl. So it just worked out that way. Yeah. Go figure. All right, looks like we're starting to see some cards again, like actually the icon, so that's a good sign that we are getting the cards back. Hopefully we start actually seeing them soon.
Nah.
You like it better like this?
We're doing non-stop Jack Link's beef jerky mystery hands.
It really is.
So Steve raises to 200. Kyle 3-bets it. I think Mark's coming along, so we're going to have three-way action here to the flop. Also talk to you about the audio. Larry, I would love to talk some strategy, bud. The problem is, it generally in limit, you know, the game moves a little quicker, so it's kind of tough to get words out.
Sorry about the rest of the story. It's a good bad story to tell.
There we go, King, Queen of Spades. Oh, wow, so Steve K flopped a monster of a draw and just went whiff all the way down here. A little bit of both, Larry, a little bit of both.
Apparently the audio is only messed up when you talk.
Yeah,
They're picking up my voice just fine.
That makes
so.
sense.
So we're okay with that, right? They're like, what? Can't hear anything you guys are saying. Yeah. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Yeah, that's right. They can hear me, not him. So apparently we're going to see Lance crawl under the table. Did you see that yet? Yeah?
No.
No? You're just saying yes? You're just
No, I didn't.
Doing that thing?
I'm
Just
saying
doing
no.
that thing?
I'm saying no.
Just doing that thing where you just nod and agree? Yeah? All right.
So Dandruff here with Ace Queen.
There we go. Happy to see some cards again.
Listening to the YouTube audio, Movie Maker, is the YouTube audio actually better than the Twitch audio? Or I would think it'd be the same.
I don't
if
know.
The problem's on our end. So Dandruff does have Ace Queen suited. He's going to raise it up here. Steve K, Tony G, both coming along. Wow, both ace queens flop the nut straight.
And backdoor flush draw for Tony. Think he'll come along? I'm just kidding.
No. No. Will the real hand please stand up?
All right, so it's going to be a tie. Dan and Steve both flop the nuts.
Queen Poker asks, is this game offered at Stones regularly?
No. Actually, it's not.
Fair enough.
Just kind of threw it out there on my Twitter feed that I thought it would be fun to run a 100-200 limit hold'em game because we're doing all these limit hold'em promotions and kind of gauging interest and ended up with a full list. So I guess it's something that would definitely, it's a game that would have to be planned because it's so big. Like you have to invite the players so they know when. It's not something that's going to spontaneously just happen. You know, you're not going to get a full board of people like, I want to play 100-200.
So you have a bet and raise here on the turn, 3-bet back. We knew this was going to go this way. Now, if the river is a heart, this is going to be an interesting thing. Okay, it's not, but generally speaking, in a limit game, obviously, it's always going to be a check bet call, something like that. However, in no limit, that's the huge difference between those two games.
So this river should get capped. They both got the nut.
They both have the nut. Why wouldn't it get
bet,
capped?
raise.
Just in case
cap.
you're playing against some donkey who has like Queen 8, doesn't know what he's doing.
And chop it up. Or even just a naked queen.
I mean, it's funny because the bet sizing happens so fast. Our thing basically just says bet 400, raise 800. I mean, it's
I like it.
It's all the same. Oh, Rick.
Oh, Rick. We don't believe in karma.
No, it's poker. Nobody believes in karma. But what I was going to say was, as you know, Larry wanted us to touch on certain strategy, right? Go crazy. But for me, if the heart rivered and the flush completed, it's one of those things where between a limit and a no limit game, in no limit, you have the potential to actually make a bluff like you were on a flush draw and got there and really put a player to a decision. Whereas here, worst that's going to happen is you check and you call one bet, or you bet, you get raised, you still just call one extra bet.
It's still like one bet is not pennies here. It's still $200.
No, it's not, but relative to your hand strength and the way it played out and the pot size, you're going to call that, period.
Yeah. Guys, if you're just joining us for the first time and you haven't clicked the follow button, please do join us, our Twitch family, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can do the same there. We'd love to have you join us and get notifications when we go live Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10 Pacific Standard Time.
And if you get notifications, it's great because we do like our fun, our Stones Fall Classic here coming up. When we're going to broadcast all those final tables, and we don't know when they're going to go live because, you know, poker happens. So if you get notifications, we will hit you up, I think, what, 10 minutes before we go live at those tournament tables?
Yeah, not only that, but they can follow us on our Twitter feed at Stones Live Poker, and you'll actually get the start time there as well. So
sweet.
That's a nice little thing to have as well.
I believe somebody's hosting us right now, actually. Thank you very much for the host.
Does it say who?
Not to us. I believe it says to Stones Live Poker. Probably our guys in the back there.
A lot of hands out there on this one. 7, 8, pocket 7s, pocket 8s, Jack 10, Ace King, and Ace Jack suited. Andrew hits a king on the turn. Multi-way pot, putting a bet in. We're around to Mark with 10 jackies open-ended. He's going to call 200 to see a river, and drum roll please, the deuce, which never helps anyone. Unless, of course, someone had ace-4 here, which they don't. Andrew's got the check mark. He's putting a bet in. Nothing from Mike. Easy lay down, and same for Mark. He missed all his draws. Andrew's going to scoop a pot here, about 2.4K in there.
Oh, it's Ghost of M hosting us? Right on. Thank you very much, Ghost.
Thank you, Ghost.
Very cool. Always a pleasure. You know, it's great, actually. Ghost hopped in my own Twitch stream the other day when we were just online playing some games and putzing around, and yeah,
cool.
had some fun. from Vanessa's stream. Yeah, Vanessa also hopped in there playing some games with us the other day. Yeah, super cool. I invited her to come play on Stone's Life. Hopefully she
That'd be great, yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa Kate, she seems super cool, and she definitely needs to come down and play on Stone's Live.
Yes, Big Hog in 54. This is 100, 200 Limit Hold'em. We're excited to have this game for you guys. If you are Limit Hold'em fans, I believe we're the only 100, 200 Limit Hold'em stream on that I've seen anyways. Most streams are focusing on either no limit or mixed games, Omaha games, PLO, stuff like that.
Big Hagen, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you here. I wouldn't call limit amateurs by any means. If you're playing 100, 200 limit, I don't put you in an amateur category at all.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's the opposite of that.
And I mean, you can tell just by looking at the field, all the notable players on this table. I guess I shouldn't say field, it's just one table. And two of them, even seat 9 and seat number 5, WSOP bracelet winners.
Yeah, super solid.
Pretty huge.
So this is fun. So Tony here 3-betting. Gonna get 2 other people come along, everybody with a nice little mix of hands.
Got to dodge all the overs, and there's one he did not want to see. 2 cards he didn't want to see.
So this is nasty. Andrew actually connects with his queen. If Tony binks his 10, that actually makes a straight for Doug. Catching up with our hand tracker here. Vanessa K just joined us. What's going on? Thank you very much for the host. Very cool.
Yeah, awesome. We really appreciate that. 9 I like a boss says limit. Yuck, later. It's okay, it's not for everybody.
Oh, Big Hagen was like, yeah, I just saw the bets. I got it now.
But the craziest thing is a lot of the pots have been a lot bigger than our big no limit games.
I mean, average pot size in a 100, 200 limit game as opposed to, I mean, in no limit games, you're going to have a lot of small pots and then monster ones. Whereas this overall average pot size is much, much larger.
Definitely. Torture You asked if there's any plans for another Vloggers Only stream game. Currently, I actually don't have anything planned, but I'm wide open to the idea. It was a fun game. It was very exciting. That's actually a game I didn't go chase. Those guys contacted me and said they wanted to come do a Vlogger game on Stone's Live. So we were happy to have them, and if they're interested in doing something like that again, absolutely. We will host them and we'll take care of them while they're out here. Great group of guys, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, and they had an absolute
awesome.
blast out here playing, like the vloggers, all their post-cap production and everything that they did.
Yep. It was so fun to watch.
Yeah, lots of fun, and just super nice dudes, you know? And I think that they were all kind of worried about how the game was going to go off and if it was going to get, you know, if it wasn't going to be action or was going to get maybe, you know, be a little shallow.
Well,
not
it was
deep.
action.
Oh, dude, that game
it
was
action,
great.
all right.
That game was great.
All right, looks like we have lost the cards again, guys. Bear with us. We are just going to have to play along here.
Well, we're coming in for Zach made it a 3-bet, I believe. Here.
We got Mark's hand.
So Zach made it a 3-bet, and Mark's coming along. Is that right? Is Mark coming along with a 3-bet with 9-3 of diamonds?
I love it.
Both strategy. I'm in. Oh wow, big cards. Ace, King, Queen here. Rainbow flop. Zach and Dan with the mystery hands. Mark lets it go. Yeah, absolutely, Vanessa. We'll get you on a stream. Just shoot me a PM. If any of you guys else want to hop on our stream, go ahead there. I just punched in the command join, which I think actually might have changed here. Can you punch in your info? There. Seat open. There it is. All right. So you can go ahead and call or text that number. He loves when you send him random pictures at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
Look at this. ZM actually has the check mark with his jack. He had jack 10. He already had the straight on a paired board. So he's just betting now. If he were to get raised, it'd be an easy call. He's definitely not going anywhere. Torchy, you said like the guy that put the tripod on the table every time he had a good hand. Is that a tell?
That was Poker Crowd, and that was hilarious.
So Dan trying to decide here if his ace is good.
God, with a board texture like that, you just hate it.
He's gonna let it go.
You hate it. And it's one of those things where, and a lot of people fall victim to this, where they say, you know, it's limit. It's just one more bet.
Yeah.
And again, at least playing at this sort of higher limit can help just kind of separate you from that. But
it adds up in the long
Yeah,
run.
of course. Yeah. If it's just one bet, but there are these $200 bets at the end of the night, that could be the difference between being up or down, you know, 2 or 3 grand. If it's just one bet 10 times, you know, you're like, Vanessa says, that guy's name can't possibly actually be Dan Druff. She gets it. She gets the name. I love it.
Someone actually commented in there that his car protector should be a like little mini bottle of Head and Shoulders.
Oh, God. Here, Ghost hit me up.
Oh, it is a little mini bottle of Head and Shoulders.
What?
Wait till it goes back around.
Wait, a mic boost volume went down a lot.
That's great. So I thought they were saying it should be, but they're actually saying that it is. And we'll take a look next time it goes around. His card protector is a Head and Shoulders bottle.
I love it.
That's
Love
so
it.
classic.
So Steve two-betted up here. Doug makes the call. Flop is Whiff City for Doug. No 3 to connect. Steve with a couple of overs and a straight draw.
Doug willing to bet 100 out on here, and Steve gonna raise it up. Four diamonds. Kind of a nothing card on this board. And there it is. Threes are good right now. Just have to hang on to showdown. And that's going to do it. Doug's bet will win him a pot here. A little over 1,000.
Once again, you guys are watching Stone's Live Poker here. We are located right outside Sacramento, California. Or when I'm playing, it's Stuckramento, California, because I'm generally stuck a healthy amount.
Not Sacramento?
Oh, it was, or because I got stacked. Either way.
Okay.
Either way. Is weed legal there? I think it's legal,
Just
legal enough.
in this booth, right?
Oh, just
yeah.
it's only legal right
I thought that's what they were
here.
asking about. Just right here
Yeah.
in this spot?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It is California, though.
Movie maker JJ Casino says the Head and Shoulders card protector is Druff's trademark.
Interesting.
What about the chips? The chips, I believe, are clay. He said clay, ceramic, plastic slug. They're not plastic slug. They are just normal clay. No, you don't know this? You buy the chips. I can tell you this though. We have a really awesome clay plaques.
Yes.
I can tell you that are really fun to come out.
Are they
in tournaments.
ceramic? Or are they
Those-
clay?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Don't pretend that I know. I don't
Dude,
know.
all I do is I go to the catalog, I say I want that one, and they show up.
I just know that more chips are better chips.
Right.
Yeah.
We can listen to them. Can you tell by hearing them? I'm listening to the chips being shuffled at the table. Yeah, they're clay.
I believe they are clay. Actually, I don't think they're ceramic.
All right, 3 players to this flop. Mark is going to go ahead and bet it with Queen 10. And we're heads up now. And take a look at that queen, how it's grayed out and has an X through it. I want to point out, this hand is still playing out, so that queen should actually show normal. But that is actually what a card is supposed to look like when we're rabbit hunting. So it signifies that the card wasn't supposed to come out, but we looked at it anyways. On our stream game, we do allow the players, if they'd like, when the hand ends on the flop or the turn, or even pre-flop, they could rabbit hunt any of the cards that were going to come out, which I know might drive some people crazy, but some people really like it.
Yeah.
And by some people driving them crazy, I mean Jake.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. It's
okay.
just Jake.
Because let's face it, there's nothing more results-oriented than wanting to see what the river would have been. Do you think that's good for you or bad for you? It's got to be bad
hates
for you.
Results oriented. I don't know. Why don't you guys chime in the chat? What do you guys think?
Rabbit hunting, does it make your game go worse because now you're like, oh, I'm on
would've-
a heater, I would have hit.
I would have made a bad call and hit the flush.
Yeah.
Or is it good? Is it good or bad for you?
I think it
mean, you tell
encourages
me.
bad play.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, equity-wise, GTO, if it was the correct fold, it was the correct fold regardless.
Right. It
Regardless
doesn't
of
matter what was coming. It's a long-run game, right?
Larry Laffer chimes in and says, rabbit hunting sucks. Oh, and anyone that doesn't should die in a grease
Wow,
fire. Zing.
He has some very strong views on rabbit hunting.
That escalated quickly, and I like it. I like it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, everyone's saying the rabbit hunting will. I agree. I think it's good for the rest of the players.
Yeah.
The players not doing it. Anything that it can encourage you to make bad plays in the long run is going to be negative EV.
So Kyle here making it 2 bets with King Jack suited. Looks like everybody wants a piece of this. Couple of ace queens out there. Mike with deuces. Andrew with Queen Jack. Hands for everybody. Let's check this out. So Doug M 3-bet it. Now everybody's coming along. This should be a healthy size pot.
Yeah, so Casper Carr's pointing out that it does slow the game down. That is true. We actually only allow it in our stream game, not in our other
only
games.
in our stream game. 4, 7, 10 here. Couple of diamonds.
No one connecting with this flop.
Everybody missed pretty hard. Ironically enough, 4-way pot deuces are a strong lead here. And
I like the bet.
Doug bets, deuces calls, as does Mark here with ace queen. So battle of deuces versus 2 ace queens. Deuces, God, way ahead. Everybody checks the turn.
A lot of danger on this river, and he dodges all the
Deuces
potential
are good, and look at
counterfeiters.
It's 1,700 in the pot. Deuces are super.
Is he gonna
good.
bet?
Mike's gonna bet.
Yeah, buddy, get it in there.
I love it. I love the bet.
And I mean, I don't think he's going to get a call here, but he does get a call
He gets
from
a call
Doug.
with ace queen high.
And so
You
Doug
can
is
never
like,
think your deuces are good there. This is the best part ever. You can
Yeah.
never think your deuces are good there, ever.
Doug-
And when you get a call, and he's just like, yes.
Doug puts him on air here, clearly.
Yeah,
Like,
of
Doug's
course.
like, you're full of it. Maybe he thinks he has ace jack, ace 10. He's just aggressive the whole way.
And that's when Mike says, I'm slightly less than full of it. Like, just slightly. I have deuces. Does that count?
Hey, nice little pot for Ducks.
Yeah. I want techies. He's like, wow, I can't believe you called that with ace high. You know, at the end of the day, that might have been one of those information calls.
Yeah. I mean, Mike has been very
don't get me
active.
wrong, it's a $200 expensive information call.
Yeah.
But and it's funny because Mike's heart sank when he got the call. He's like, crap.
Yeah.
I'm never good here.
You don't think there's a hand that's going to call you that you could beat? There's
Come
no
on.
way, right?
Come on,
There's no
I have
way.
deuces on a board like that with 4-way to the flop, 5-way to the flop. No way.
Big Earn F9 says, get me in this game. Hey, buddy, come on down. It's going right now live at Stone's Gambling Hall in Citrus Heights, California. I believe we still have the address command there. There you go. Little information in the chat room for you on our Twitch chat. And don't forget, YouTube, we haven't forgotten about you. Glad to have you with us. We got a few people watching on YouTube as well. If you guys want to participate, we mostly are interacting with the chat on Twitch, so feel free to pull up our stream over there as well.
Andrew raises to 200 here. I'm sorry, I think Mike does. Andrew makes the call. No, Andrew does raise to 200. Mike makes the call.
So dirty that Andrew's hitting a lot of these like second best hands, you know, that seem like they would be good to continue with, but other guys are just flopping a little bit better.
So Mike's in check call mode all day, and Mike is also going to check it to him on the turn and insta call Andrew's bet here, going to the river. And that's a brick. Andrew really needed to see a 4 peel off, or queen or a
And we
deuce.
do have a check from Mike here. Andrew's going to take one more look at his cards and just
he
checks as well.
He checks, of course. And the problem is Andrew's kicker. So even if Andrew is making those same kind of continuation bets with any sort of, basically, if Mike has any sort of queen, he's out kicked all day.
Right.
So he doesn't even want to bet his queen there.
Mover Maker JJ Casino says he should have driven to Sacto to play in this game. Hey, why don't you just play in the next one? I don't know when it is yet, but maybe November. Right now, we ran another one 2 months ago, and it kind of seems like that might be a good rhythm for it every 2 months.
Yeah. And if you guys don't have our app, we actually have a Stone's Gambling Hall app. It's 100% free in the iOS and Android store. So check it out. You can see what we got going on. You can check out our calendar. You can check out our food menu. You can sign up for a game live without even talking to a real person.
Love it. That's my favorite feature.
I know. You hate real people.
I hate real people.
I know.
I wish the world was all robots.
Does that mean you love fake people if you hate real people?
Yeah.
All right.
Not
fair
fake
enough.
people like you're saying, like fake people, like people that are being fake. I'm talking about robots.
Gotcha.
I want to be specific. Robots.
Gotcha. Okay. I hate robots as well. Stupid robots. Back over to Mike, who looks like he's reaching for some more chips. He's going to make it 2 bets.
You taking off? All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for playing. We got one of our players on his way out, and I'm looking over there. It looks like we may be getting a new one in his seat, so we'll catch up with the stream.
Oh, and Kyle 3-bet with
about
deuces
30
and
minutes.
binks a deuce.
Very nice, Kyle.
What a beast.
Unfortunately, not much to get paid for here.
I love it. Larry Laffer says, yeah, lots of min raising and limit hold'em. Where's my like Kappa face? Like really? Bro?
Very nice.
Nice. Binks a deuce. Torture asks, how did that win the tourney button go?
It went
Or
really
win the
well.
button tourney go?
Yeah, it was cool. 153 entries, if I remember correctly. 152, 153, something like that. There is actually a live stream VOD on Twitch. You're more than welcome to go through our video archive and check it out. But a fun tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely, I think we're going to do something like that again. We were thinking about maybe bringing the buy-in from 175 up to 300 and doing a win the button bounty edition with $100 bounties.
Yeah.
What do you think? You just nodding and agreeing again without
Yes.
listening?
Yeah.
He's good at that.
Yeah. That's what I do. Trying to read the chat and figure out if we're getting a new player or we're talking about eating a salad. I don't really know what's going on in the chat anymore. So deuces are popular here. Now Mark waking up with deuces. He's going to come along. Andrew's going to 2-bet with ace-10 from the hijack. Mike L, slightly notched here by Andrew with king-10 on the button, is going to make the call. $25 chips if it's 100 or 200 because it's basically like a 4-8 game. It's the equivalent of a 4-8 game. 4 green chips, 8 green chips.
Mike picks up trip kings, and unfortunately for him, no one else with much of anything else to come along with. Andrew leading out with ace-10. Andrew's been running into trips quite a bit lately. Now, Mike raises right away, and I'm sure that's the right play, but a lot of times when I'm playing in limit games on a much smaller level, if I hit a flop this hard, I'm just calling the flop because I can make bigger raises on the turn and river.
I was going to say, I'd rather exploit the raise on the turn than the flop. He could have been doing that to hopefully push the third player out of a flush draw, but with that being said, I don't think the third player, if they have a solid flush draw or big hand, is going anywhere anyways.
Right.
So I'm a fan with position of waiting to the turn to make that raise.
Agreed.
Like you said, I want more chips, more Ks, the better.
There's a seat open. You want to get in there, or
Can I borrow $5 grand?
you can have everything in my pocket.
So I can have like what, $3 a piece of links?
I think I have some chips in here too.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah. There, $5 chip.
No, I'll just take that button protector chip and then I'll just leave.
I don't know where that went.
Oh, it's weird. Even Queen Poker agrees, says he should have just called there. What's he thinking? Well, I mean, I don't know. He's probably done a few things right if you have the bankroll to play this game, for sure. A shout out to Peter DC. I don't know if I'm digging myself a hole. I really don't even know who that is, but here's your shout. Just be cool, Peter. Don't make it weird.
So, you know, one of the great things about Stones Live Poker is that we have viewers from all over the world. So for our viewers that are with us tonight, just kind of curious where you guys are tuning in from. And, of course, our favorites are always there. Your mom's room, Uranus.
Your
what are some of
bedroom,
those?
your bushes.
But we'd actually really like to know where you guys are chiming in from. So if you get a second, just punch it in there, the chat. I'll go ahead and start it off. I am
from the booth?
watching from Citrus Heights, yeah. So excited to know we got a guy from Antarctica. I don't believe that. There's not internet in Antarctica. Or maybe there is by now.
That's where also people start, because we say Uranus, people say, not Uranus. I'm like, oh, clever, even better.
Oh, yeah. KC Mo, love it. Tugboat CK, are you saying it like that because you're a Tech 9 fan too? Because that's how Tech 9 says KC Mo.
Oh, it's
Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, we know, dude.
KC Mo, come on, Tech 9, Tech.
Dude, I know he doesn't look like the type of guy who goes to a Tech 9 concert, but I assure you he does.
Check this out, I love it. Melbourne, Kentucky in the house. Coolio now watching from the sun. He's getting around. Chicago. Rick and Barstow wants us to guess. Philly, but live in Berkeley. Very cool, Groove. Thanks for tuning in. Orlando, Florida. Washington, D.C. Tipping, Oklahoma. Very nice.
Neon Deflector, shout out from the UK. Very cool. Love it.
Yeah, thanks for
My
joining
folks
us.
actually just got back from London last night, actually, yeah.
Appreciate you watching our stream from across the pond, as they like to say.
Across the pond.
As
They like to say.
You could call me Joker watching from Sacramento, Texas Doggy from Larry's mom's room.
Oh, fantastic. Right on. She's a good girl.
We got Daly City in the house, Huntington Beach. Oh, and yes, live in KC Mo, Tech 9 Country. Thank you, Tug. Got a Tech 9 shout out on Stones Live. That might be the first one.
It's done.
Maybe we can get Tech 9 to come and do some commentary.
You should. Send him a clip.
I bet you he's a poker player.
Tweet him
Why
out.
Wouldn't he be?
What? All the cool kids are poker players.
Right?
I mean, all you guys are cool, right? I mean,
Yep.
that's why you're watching this. So,
100.
yeah, absolutely. Real quick. Pittsburgh, PA, and Detroit. Right on. I played poker in Detroit. I went to Motor City Casino there and jammed a little bit. That was fun.
They give you a free bulletproof vest when you walk in? Or?
No, but I figured that was probably the safest place in Detroit was in the casino.
casino,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, because there's like, 11 security guards around you. That
Okay,
was
that's fair.
playing
Todd
with-
is God. I like
play-
that. It
playing
rhymes
with
too.
Ben Affleck and a real pimp at the same table. It's lots of fun. All right, so Andrew here makes it 2 bets. Steve with Ace King 3 bets it.
Andrew's been in some really unfortunate spots here, and this one, not only is he dominated, or rather Steve gave 2 overs, but his Queen Jack is matched by Mark S., who's also called. Anything can happen on the flop, and on this flop, Ace King is still good. Andrew checking. Mark is going to go ahead and bet. Steve bets and Mark calls. And we're going to, all 3 players see a turn card, which is the 10 of heart.
Which is fun because now it gives both Queen Jacks a little straight draw along with a few overs. This could be fun. PFA John Daly checking in from Mount Charleston. What's going on? Queen,
Oh,
they
Queen
bink
comes
it.
on the river.
Steve just gets smacked by both hands.
And 200 just a bet and call. Andrew and Mark looking to chop this one up as Steve correctly lets it go. Yeah, so Dice just mentioned that Andrew's really not catching any cards, and that has been true. And then the one time he does catch cards, he's got to chop a pot. Very sad.
Very, very
I
sad.
had one little tear just escaped right here.
World's smallest record player. Tell me how much. It sucks. Not the bad guy says you need a call to listen line. Trust me.
Appreciate you guys being here in the chat room watching our stream. Stones Live coming to you live from Stones Gambling Hall. 100-200 limit hold'em tonight.
$1,000 min buy-in, no Maximo.
You could buy anything you wanted.
That's it. You come in here. I mean, honestly, I
Amazing.
don't know how many chips you have like at this actual physical establishment, but if somebody came in and was like, I want to buy $1 million in chips on the table, like you'd oblige them.
Well,
right?
we'd make something up. This seat cushion is 100,000 chip.
Well, it's funny. I brought in several seat cushions that I'd like to cash out
Can
immediately.
I cash out, please? Yes. We'll need some paperwork, sir.
Damn it. Damn it. I don't know what happened. All right, Zach, still on fire here, up over 10K, raised it to 200 with ace-3. Mark makes the call with queen-7 suited. Ace-8-10 here. Zach connects with his ace. Mark's got nothing. Check, bet, fold.
That's easy.
Easy money. I love our chat. Guys, once again, if you haven't clicked that heart, click it. We like to have fun. You have fun with us. It's good stuff. It's not sugarcoated. I'm not going to sit here and beg you. But come on, you know you want to. Just do it. Make it green.
Thank you, Ghost of M. A little shout out for our social media feed, Stones Gambling on Twitter, Stones Live Poker on Twitter. There's also a Stones Gambling Hall Facebook, which is a lot of fun. You can see pictures of all of our jackpots. We have the mini jackpot here. It's like every 3 days. Limit poker. It's a $1,000 payout, which I was just thinking how funny that would be if it hit in this game. It's like, here, you've won a bonus of 5 big blinds.
Yeah. Oops. Oh, Vanessa tried to use some emojis and apparently got Moobotted.
Oh, no.
Moobot has been a little ornery lately. I think it's the mix of grass we're feeding him. I'm not entirely sure, so sorry about all that fun stuff.
Moobot.
Kyle is going to pop it up to 200 here with 8-5 suited. Andrew makes a call at Queen 10. All right, Ace, Jack 7, couple of diamonds here. Andrew with the best hand.
Kyle bets 100, 8-5 suited.
Cannabis grass is not good for Moobot. Au contraire, mon frere. And now Kyle has a weird gut shot straight draw here on the bottom end. Later, Vanessa, thanks for joining us.
And Kyle hits his 8 on the river. Andrew is just running really bad tonight.
God, man, get something somewhere. Good luck in your tourney tomorrow. Knock 'em dead. And our friend V Cross, Miss Valerie Cross, has just joined.
What?
What's going on?
That's right, V Cross, you should be here. Where are you? She
says, "Oh my God, the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Barber," which means that now maybe you can give him some run good because he's been on the not run good train so far tonight.
Yeah, it's been a rough night for Andrew, but we know he's a great player. He can bounce back anytime.
Once again, guys, I know most of you guys have been watching the whole time, but going around the table, the chips, the greens are the $25 chips, the whites are $100 chips, the reds are 5s, and the blues are singles, generally used for tipping.
Mike, under the gun, wakes up with pocket queens. Great spot for it. I kind of feel like you're not incredibly happy with pocket pairs to the level in a limit game that you are in a no-limit game.
No, because like I said, that protection factor is just almost eliminated there.
Oh,
you see what I did?
I see what you did.
Yeah. So Tony G does 3-bet up with ace-8. Back over to Mike. I don't know if he 4-betted or not.
Wow.
All clubs, all unders.
Interesting
but
board.
Look at this top for Tony G here. Neither player with a club. Looks like it's check a bet call on the flop. And an instant bet by Mike L now on the turn. And running 4-deuce, running double board pair. Unfortunately, neither of them being Tony's pair that he connected with.
And we have our infamous Canadian full house.
That's 3-pair, guys. 3-pair. The description is in the chat.
Would be great in Pai Gow.
Oh, in Pai Gow, I'll take it all day. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Give me that big pair up top. Guarantee at least a push. 2-pair on the bottom. Gamble, gamble.
Torch you chiming in with some wisdom says you get better cards when you take care of the dealer.
Very, very true. Shout out to Mr. Optics who just started watching. Right on. Welcome, my friend.
What's up, Mr. Optics?
Hanging out. He's also a cribbage aficionado like yourself.
Yes. Haven't got a chance to play them yet, though.
Should be fun. You guys are definitely the type of people who can play like cutthroat cribbage, where you're stealing each other's points and like doing like prison
hell yeah.
rules, shankies.
There's another way to play?
I don't know. I guess. I have a feeling one of you guys will come out of that game with like a black eye and like maybe like, I might have to go to the hospital.
It'll probably be me.
There might have been a shank.
He looks like someone that could stab somebody.
He wrote soon trademark. Do we know that Todd was on Man vs. Food? I do not know.
Is that true?
Is that why we make all the food jokes about Todd? Fill me in.
We're verifying right now, guys.
Verifying. Talking to your friend Google. Andrew B here raises to 200. Looks like he's got 2 callers along with him. Jack 10-4 Rainbow. Nobody connects here. almost a tie hand between Steve and Andrew as far as equity goes. Says he won an episode. He challenged Adam Richmond. That's what they're saying here in the chat. Andrew bets and gets Mike to lay down the better hand. Right on.
I don't see anything about it on Google.
Puck is knocking that off and saying he wasn't on there. That's a myth.
Okay. But I guess it's kind of stuck with his persona. People like tease him about it. So something that didn't happen that has kind of become part of his character, I guess.
Oh, he said it's been taken down because Todd didn't like it. Oh, well, there you go. I don't know. All right, you guys battle. I like it. There's so many myths floating around in here.
Right?
Who knows?
Very odd myth,
Most myths are kind of odd, though.
I guess. All I know is that it doesn't say anything about his episode on Man vs. Food here on his WSOP player profile.
No, it just says, here's your $750,000 $1,000,000.
If it's
You're a
not there,
boss.
I don't believe it.
So Andrew here raises it up, and Kyle makes the call with almost the same hand. Little does Kyle know, he thinks he's basically like avoiding Andrew's range by calling here with deuce 4 suited, but they are right in the same realm.
He's dominated.
So
And he gets 2 hearts.
Yeah, so Kyle here with the second nut low flush draw.
He's gonna be pretty happy
Barber
with this
with
flop.
a gut shot of a 5 p.
Oh, the heart comes right
wow.
on the turn.
Check
Lucky
mark
guy,
for
Kyle.
Jinx. Torture U asks, is Mike Latoris on the waiting list? I think he rode with Dandruff. Do you know, we got some couple players on the waiting list, I'm sure?
We do. I can't see it from here, but it looks like a couple is exactly right. 2 names up there.
Yeah.
I do believe one of them is Bill H.
Oh my
But I haven't seen him
God.
step foot in the house
Guys,
yet.
if you haven't seen a stream with Bill H, please get him on this table.
That would be fantastic.
He will either self-implode his pocketbook or run this table over it,
Yeah.
and I want to watch it either way.
Game over.
I really do. And he's a super nice guy, too. I love
He is a
Bill.
great guy.
Larry Laffer. I see why they call you the Laugher, my friend.
Oh, it looks like they chopped the blinds up there, which is something that people do sometimes.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Yeah. If you
Well,
guys-
now, and that actually makes it more interesting because it's a timed rake and the rake isn't pulled out of every pot. Given the circumstances, do you think that would make people? I mean, in this game, maybe
you're not saving anything.
Yeah, right. So no, I mean,
Seems
no
like
flop, no
fun
drop.
to
It doesn't
play.
even
That's
really
the whole
matter for
reason
you.
you're
Yeah.
like avoiding a drop, right? But it's
Yeah.
time rake. For anyone that's just
I'm
joining
scooting in your
us,
lap a little bit here.
love a little free poker streaming action. 100, 200 limit here. We also run everything from no limit to pot limit, 1-3 up to 10-25. We got the whole range of games for you, and we're absolutely 100% free. All of our content free to our viewers. All you got to do is click on that little heart icon and follow us. We want you to join our family here at Stones Live Poker. It costs you nothing but this much energy. This much.
Seems like an awful lot.
Yeah.
Could you send somebody over to do it for me and just actually, send us
I will. I
your
would
login
do
and
that for
password
you.
and we click that.
Just because you're my friend, I would do
Yeah,
that for
that's
you.
very cool.
Yeah.
To answer your question there, not the bad guy 23. No, this is not an Indian casino. This is a California card room.
Smoke free.
Basically,
No
it's
slots.
just like an Indian casino. We just don't have slot machines.
Right.
Which is great because honestly, I mean, you talk about a hamster on a wheel and like super rigged slot machines. Good talk. See you out there. Done deal.
You just hit the button, right?
It's the
You
worst.
just hit a button.
Every time I go in there, I just see like a bunch of random like hamsters on wheels, and they're paying to be on this wheel, and I'm just like,
was thinking.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still the guy who, like, you know, walk by and I'll pump the 20 spot or the 100 spot in a Wheel of Fortune just to spin your stupid wheel. Literally, hamster on a wheel, guys. But other than that, not okay. Larry the Laugher, you can vape, just can't do it inside here, bud.
The vaping thing like blew up really quick, and then it like went. It feels like it pretty much went away. Like it was the thing for a while. Everyone was vaping.
No, it didn't go away.
No?
No. I know what you mean. What was really interesting is when people, you have like the exhale, like the water vape, and then because it was a new thing, everybody tried to do it inside the casino where it was like, oh, don't worry, I know it's no smoking, but look, it's like water vapor. And they're like, look, we know you think you're funny, and you're like flaunting your little pen you got on eBay, but no, it doesn't, no, just stop.
Right.
Yeah.
There was actually some resistance to it by some people here at Stones when we first started letting people know they couldn't have those inside. Or couldn't smoke them inside anyway.
Well, I mean, I guess like, it's funny because it's like where do you draw the line? Because 1 or 2 wouldn't be a big deal necessarily, but like you get a lot of people in here, that vape's gonna start adding up pretty quick. It's just for a smell though. It's not like it's gonna fill with smoke, but you know what I mean.
So Zach's race to 200, and we are 3 ways to this flop. And Zach hits the jack. No one else with much of anything. Mike does connect with the 5. You can see Dan's hand keys popping up there, but he has folded, so we are heads up on the turn. 3 of hearts. Jack's still way out in front. Mike basically has to hit a 5 or a 7. You can see by the outs up top, theoretically he has 5 outs, but we know that 2 of the 7s have been folded, so there's only 3 cards actually remaining in the deck that can help him.
So we do calculate true outs here, guys. That's why we put them up there for you.
3 jacks now. More than enough. A little bit of overkill, actually.
Yeah, and Zach actually checked the river there. It could have gone running heart potential. I don't think he was too worried about that.
Yeah.
If I was Zach, I might have gone for a little thin value on the
Playing
river.
it safe.
Yeah,
Is there any other kind of value, though, in limit?
I would have gone for the only value on the river there and bet 200.
Larry Laufer says in Illinois there's a casino that won't allow gum. You know, as tough as that is probably to enforce, I get the sentiment behind it because people are constantly doing this.
Oh, they'll stick gum everywhere.
Right under the table. Oh, come on, guys. Someone else got to sit there tomorrow.
It's true. I don't even like, it's like a black, I don't even want to look under a table. I can only imagine what is under
All right, guys, so there's the time collection as we mentioned before. This is not a drop game, so every 30 minutes the floor man will come over and all the players put $9 up. And that way they can play as many hands as they want. Even if they leave the table, they will still get dealt in until they miss a blind. That's how time works, in case you didn't know.
Ah, now I know.
And knowing's half the battle.
I see what you did there. Is this G.I. Joe, or are we doing a little
G.I.
blurb at the
Joe.
end?
Can we?
Larry Laffer, you're an Illinois guy. I will be out there in Chicago for a big pinball show here coming up in October. Buddy of mine actually runs a pinball kind of barcade over, and I think in Joylet, actually, I think.
The Brock joins us in the chat room with a little tidbit of what to do with your gum when you're ready to throw it away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that why the 52 cards decks are like that thick now?
Yep.
All right, so Mike's going to raise it up. Kyle here 3-betting with ace-queen. Mike does make the call. Heads up to the flop. 5-9 deuce.
I was so on edge. What's that last card going to be?
What is it? Sticky cards. It must have some cards there where Brock put his gum.
And we got a bet from Kyle. Mike's going to call and see another card. And
Larry
both of them with
Laffer,
a straight
I'm a ranked
draw.
Mortal Kombat 2 player. I love it. Dude, good for you. That's all the way.
And 10 of spade on the river. Kyle with the check mark. Ace queen high is good.
When you finish them off in Mortal Kombat 2, do you do like a babality or a friendship? Right? No. Fatalities are old school, dude. Just turn them into a baby. do a little friendship. I remember Jax
That
had
was
one where he
like-
cuts out paper mache dolls and goes like this.
So I never learned those. I always just
What?
wanted to do the one where you like reach in and pull the heart out. And it's
Well,
like still
those are the
beating
fun
in your
ones.
hand.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had the friendship,
Yeah.
but I believe you. I don't think you're trolling me.
It's very true.
Yeah.
They actually had a, they have a brutality. I don't think that started until Mortal Kombat 3 though. Maybe Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Galaga's super solid. Torture you right on. Yeah, all of you guys, obviously huge coin-op fans here. You guys are rad. You guys are my people. I have literally 21 pinballs at home. No, 18 I think right now. Yeah, I have a lot. So yeah, you guys are good. Good people here.
So when he says literally, he means not really literally.
No, literally.
21?
Yeah. 9, 6.
He's going to count them in his head.
17 at home, 4 in San Francisco. So no, I only have 17 at home.
Literally 17 at home.
Yeah.
He lied to you guys.
And a Pac-Man Battle Royale.
Never forgive him.
Whatever.
Yeah, that 4-way Pac-Man is awesome. Seriously.
Dude, that's what it's fun with friends, dude.
Mark S with 7-4 going up against Andrew with King Queen. And look at this. The hits just keep coming for Andrew. Diamond draw versus flush draw. Even though Andrew is technically ahead with King High, his percentages aren't as good.
God, they're just not helping him. All he needs to do is make a king, queen, or heart here. Oh, no, I lied. No heart. Oh, that'll do it, though.
Okay.
That'll do it finally for Andrew.
Finally, a little something something. But, of course, with Mark missing his draw, he's not going to pay him off. We got Todd picking up from Doug picking up from C8. Doug, it was great to have you in the game. Thank you for joining us here on Stones Live. And let's see who we get to replace him.
Yeah, that's very cool.
All right, you're on your own for a minute.
All right, fine. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, very cool to see all you guys coin-op lovers out there. Lots of fun. I go out to Chicago every year. There's a big pinball show out there, but lots of fun arcades out there. Like you were talking, Galloping Ghost is a whole blast. You just pay to get in. And yeah, tons of fun games that you totally forgot about from your childhood that are fantastic. Highly recommend it. Yeah, and that's the other thing I liked about Galloping Ghost. You see, that's where he competed at MK2. The Galloping Ghost actually has little national, like, world high score record cards above each game. I know the rest of you don't care, and we're going to get back to some poker, but lots of fun. Check out Galloping Ghost if you're ever in Chicago. You won't regret it. So Andrew's going to come in here, raise it up. And Mark makes the call. Ace-8 deuce here, couple of spades. Both players miss. Mark checks, Andrew bets, and Mark lets it go. Zach's still running like, as Jake would say, pure Colombian gold, sitting on almost $12,000 now, followed directly by Mike at just over $7,000. Whiff City. I know, Queen Poker, you're a fan of that Whiff City. Population you, bro. Larry, you should totally call Stones, order some food, and just say, hey, I'll be in there. I'm going to pay for it over the phone. Actually, instead, just deliver it to table 11. What seat is he in here? Seat 2, 4, 5. Seat 5. Table 11, seat 5, in the poker room. Just start sending him food. Everybody, just call in, buy food, a credit card, and send it to him. I don't even know if you could do that, but that'd be hilarious. I would love to see just tables of food getting rolled over to this guy. Oh my god. And because we're on a half-hour delay, if you guys do it in the next, like, 15 minutes, we could totally watch. Alright, so Tony raises it up here. And then go ahead and C-bets it and gets it. Torture You says, my first gaming tournament was Space Invaders on hard mode, and the first place being in Asteroids for Atari. Very, very cool. I actually used to play Guitar Hero, believe it or not, competitively, and won several $1,000s playing Guitar Hero. Until I got in a big tournament and was beat by some 11-year-old Asian kid with what I'm pretty sure was bionic fingers, and then I retired. I actually dropped halfway through the song, just dropped my guitar, and just pulled like a "We're Not Worthy" Wayne's World thing. That's all I got at that point. Yeah, it's true. Once again, you guys are watching Stones Live. I swear there's actually poker going on here. This is a 100-200 limit game. Started out as a $1,000 minimum buy-in to no max. Most of these players, I would say, bought in for somewhere in that 4 to 5K range. If you guys want, we have a fun command here. I'll type it in for you now. It's called !cash win. You can see since we started the stream how much people, their profit and losses are. Zach so far is our big dog. He's up $4,100 since we started the stream. So Dandruff here is going to raise it up, make it 2 bets with ace-9. Mark makes the call of 4s, as does Steve with ace-queen. Oh, 4 right in the window. Set already for Mark here. 3, 4, 6, couple of spades. Not much for Dan or Steve. Kind of a coordinated and scary board for Mark. I'd expect to see Mark to make the bet here in a limit situation. Yeah, I know what you mean. These cards are actually, because these cards are special RFID cards, they're a little bit different texture than our other cards there. That's why sometimes you'll see them having a little bit of difficulty spreading them across. Spade now hits the turn. Steve binks top pair, top kicker. Still basically drawing toast against Mark's 4s.
I miss anything good?
Not
Setup
really.
for Steve here, huh?
Yep. Welcome back for the action hand, dude. Like you've been here the whole time. Don't pretend like you were here the whole time. We talked about all sorts of fun stuff while you were gone.
I actually went over there, played one hand.
Yeah.
And
you bought in for 100, short bought for 100, and
no, I bought in 1,000 and dumped it real quick, and I'm back. You'll see it. In
well, we've seen you do that before in the stream. I didn't know if you.
Well, it was 200. This time it was 1,000, so it's a little better for the stream. I just wanted to keep the game going. Little 5 big blind bonus, you know. I had pocket aces. Flop quads, lost. You'll see it. You'll see it all.
Yeah. Flop quads and lost.
Flop quads and lost.
Hit the bad beat?
Hit the bad beat. You didn't hear the cheering?
No.
So you're not even paying attention. It's
I heard
very
a large
sad.
amount of booze.
Very sad.
I could use a large amount of booze. Different booze. Never mind. I like it. Not the bad guy says, "Where's Bill?" That is a great question.
So
I'd love to see
I
Bill
looked
Hayes.
for him when I was out there. I did not see Bill or Brandon, who are 2 backups for the game. So currently, I don't have a backup list for the game. But it should be interesting to see if this game gets short. A lot of times, these bigger limit games, they're still willing to play short, and you get more action shorthanded. You know what this game is missing, though? It's been a great game in many ways, but the one thing I would like to see in this game is more booze. More drinking,
Of course.
right?
I think that there's possibly a reason for that. I think at this level that, you have a bad night and you're drinking and whatever, having a run of fun, splashing around. Not a big deal maybe if you lose like a couple $100, $500, whatever. But when you lose like, $5 grand, you're like, oops. That was
It's a
an
little
expensive
different. I mean, it
drink.
might stink for most people.
Okay, BB Bulldozer says, here's a question. What types of starting hands go up in value or down in value compared to no limit hold'em?
You know, I'm probably not the best person to ask for this. I haven't played Limit Hold'em in a long time, and when I did, it was at the very beginning of when I was learning poker. But that said, I feel like the value of your starting hands are not quite as dramatic. I mean, the lows aren't as bad a low, like 7 deuces isn't the worst thing in the world. Pocket aces isn't the most amazing thing in the world.
Very
At no
true,
limit,
very
you
true.
can make a big bet. You can ultimately, what are you trying to do
You
with
can
aces?
protect your hands.
You're
You
trying to
protect-
get heads
yeah.
up, right? you're never really going to have the ability to just straight out do that. It might happen by chance, but I think all the values get kind of pushed towards the middle a little bit. Aces are still good, a little better in the long run. 7 deuce is the worst in the long run, but not as extreme as their values in no limit.
Ghost of M was actually pretty cool. Trying to type in our app command. I think that has since changed. We'll get that re-added to our new software. But you feel free to download our app, guys. It is free on the iOS store or Android store, and you can get it. You can look at everything that's going on. You can sign up for Game Live. You can check your players' points, which is also pretty nice too. You get $1 an hour here for playing, I believe, in comp points as
Didn't work.
As well as Ghost of M already tried it.
I know, I was trying a different one.
As well as I think after midnight you get double time. They're good for Stones hoodies, which are obviously a big popular item.
That's actually,
food.
if you use your comp dollars, you get the Stones hoodie half off. Which is great.
$50 versus $25.
Mark S. and Steve both with Ace King in this hand. And that's another thing we've seen a lot is like hands that are copying each other.
The tables do have USB chargers. Does the Stones Live one have? Yeah, it has ones as well.
They're on there.
I know that when they were first on there, the way the wires were ran were actually interfering a little bit with our RFID readers, but I think we changed that. But yes, the tables here at Stones do have USB chargers in them.
Just like wrestling style, say it's really
So Sickbo Pro says suited connectors go way down in a proper limit game where people are 3-betting to isolate preflop.
So look at this. Kyle with his Canadian full house is actually in the lead as well.
You're so far behind.
I just want to put the command in. I love it.
This hand is worthless.
And Kyle lets it go. So sad. Steve K takes it down with a bet.
Zach still on the good old upswing. It's 11.7K. Mike L at about 6,800, almost half.
Torture You asked a question, is that $1 an hour of comp dollars, is it for all the games? It is. It's straight across the board for all the games. We're actually not rating the players on the game tonight, though, the 100, 200.
Yeah.
I just opened up a comp tab for them, let them order whatever they want.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I will take everything on the menu that says market price. Thank you.
Do you have the filet mignon?
Yeah, I will take the weed fried filet mignon. Sir, that's wood-fired filet mignon.
And the chablis.
Very close. What's your nicest chablis you have
Take
here?
a large glass of chablis with ice. You know you're classy
Sir,
when you put ice in it.
Act like you've been here before.
Nav5 joins us. What's up, buddy? Our Canadian friend from across the border. Canada, of course, as we all know,
He's
finally.
played here, yeah.
Nav's been here. They finally just got internet in Canada, which is great. They can watch Stones Live 2 now, right along with us.
That's good. So, bingo bango here. Battle of the Kings. Both players flop top pair. Kyle with the best of it here.
So the nice thing in a limit game, and you can see what Mike can do here, is he can just kind of call for the lowest bet
Check
and
bet
see
call.
if he gets anything. Now he's drawing pretty thin here. 3 9s remaining in the deck, and he needs to hit one of them. That's not going to do it.
Brick City.
Kyle is going to bet, call, and a little scoop. Little tiny pot, and tiny pots in this game, 1.4K.
Yeah, tiny pots in this game, still happy pots.
Still happy pots.
Normally big pots are happy pots, but you know, we'll do it up here. So taking a look, total money in play on the table looks 35K, something like that. 6-4, yeah. Oh, and more than that, almost 40K on the table, guys. Solid 100, 200 game.
And we got one of our new dealers in the box, Crystal, slinging the cards today. She's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of new dealers at Stones right now. We always do a big hiring spree right before the Fall Classic. Of course, we got 10 straight days of tournament action starting on September 29th. 250K in guarantees. Jonathan Little, David Tuckman, Annette Overset, Justin Hammer, and Justin Kelly will even be here. So,
Will you hire me during the, can I deal during the Fall Classic? There's only one condition. I want to play and deal at the same time, like a home game.
oh,
That's it.
yeah, that sounds great, Justin.
I'm sure that's totally cool with like legal.
no, I'm sure all the
gambling
regulations are
rules.
there
Yeah.
to protect you.
Don't worry about it. Just don't freak out if I get kings like every other hand and they actually hold up, okay?
That's blasphemy. Don't be absurd. Kings do not hold up at Stones.
They don't win in Sacramento, period. Zing!
Ooh, got him.
Dandruff raises. Zach comes along. 7 right in the window. Zach outflops Dan here. Blake Crafty in the house. What's going on, bud?
Now, a 100, 200 limit game is maybe not something that would go all the time, but what do you think like a 20-40 in Sacramento? Do you think that's something that would be more consistent?
Yeah.
For limit hold'em?
Absolutely. I think that's that right price point where you get a lot of the players who are like are really solid and happy playing the 2-5, 5-5 type games that would have no problem hopping in that.
Gotcha. Now, we are running a 2040 Omaha High-Low on October 25th. I know that's a little ways away.
That should be solid.
Believe it or not, list is already full for the game.
I was gonna say, I'm not surprised actually. That's a solid. It's a solid.
So that one will be
game.
fun. And don't forget to click the little heart and follow us so that you know when we go live Wednesday night. Veronica and Friends returns with Ladies Night. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, buddy. If any of you guys have any sort of problems with clothing at the table, feel free to take it up on Twitter. I love a good Twitter fight, just to watch. I'll grab the popcorn. Because arguing on the internet always solves things. All right, so Dan Druff pops it up here. 2 bets. Mark comes along. Oh, wow. Dan Druff flops the world.
Not a bad flop. And he's a happy camper right now. Mark going to see one time. See if he can do anything with this.
Ebo1016 says, when will Jonathan Little be playing and what stakes will it be? Jonathan Little will be here in the commentary booth.
Yeah.
However, I would imagine if he's in town, he's probably going to be playing too. So
he'll be doing commentary on October the 8th, Sunday, for our main event final table. It's usually about a 6-hour stream. And he'll be here in the booth with Jake Rosensteel. Should be a great show. He'll also be back the next night on Monday the 9th, that evening from 7 to 10 for a 5-5 no limit cash game as well, doing commentary. So we're super excited to have Jonathan Little in the house, one of the top poker coaches in the U.S.
Yeah. And he has a picture that makes him look like Superman, so you can't go wrong there.
True.
Oh, that was actually Justin Hammer. My bad.
Oh no, that's is that Superman? That pose?
That one? I don't know. The one you have on the flyer.
Do you know Justin Hammer is also the name of another superhero from the Marvel world?
I did not know that.
Yeah. I found that out recently. That's why I thought like maybe he was doing some superhero reference, like play with his name or something. All I know is his name is Justin. He has to be cool.
Obviously.
Right?
Duh.
Yeah.
Nailed it. So seat 1 here, Steve pops it up with, or come along, deuces. Mike L 2 bets it. Kyle 3 bets it. This should be fun.
Narrow the gap to what wealth equality, whatever that might be, and just anti-racist, Marxist.
7 Jack 8 here, couple of diamonds. Not a bad flop for Kyle. And it looks like checked around to Kyle. Kyle bets. Continuing here with deuces, this is where you're just like, don't just bluff off money for no reason here. Mike's gonna look him up one time with ace queen. I don't hate that. He's got a diamond. He's got a couple of overs.
Kyle ends up open-ended with this turn.
Yeah, that turn is not what Mike is looking for. Quick fold by Mike. Not surprised.
And let's see the river. No? Okay. I got excited. I thought we were going to rabbit hunt.
Larry, thank you very much. Says I didn't like the announcers at first, but they've grown on me. I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
That's what we do.
Both Justins appreciate it.
That's what we do. We
Most
grow on
definitely.
people. Yeah. Like a cancer.
I would not compare us to cancer, but thank you for that, I think. Question mark. Once again, you guys are watching Stones Live, brought to you here at Stones Gambling Hall, located right outside Sacramento, California. Make sure you click that heart and follow us. We're here with you every Monday and Wednesday, spewing cash game action.
Stones Live. Are we actually live? Is that why we're called Stones Live?
We are very live.
Just us?
Well, we are live.
Okay.
We are live.
So we're live with you. The game is 30 minutes delayed because, reasons.
So guys, especially if this is your first time tuning in, you don't want to miss Wednesday. Make sure you're here 48 hours from now. It's going to be the Veronica and Friends game,
Oh my
aka
God.
the Veronica and Hostages game. It is the most drunken shit show sideways 1-3-0
Dumpster
limit
fire.
game. Yeah, dumpster
fire.
It's a 1-3 game of just like where she tells everybody to bring a couple grand because reasons. It's also Wine Wednesday, so they just barrel bottles of wine. It's not how many glasses did you have, it's how many bottles.
Right.
Be here Wednesday. Don't miss it.
Monster lineup too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited for this lineup. I tried with everything to get Kelly Winterhalter to join this game too.
Oh my
She's
god.
busy this time.
Oh, that would have been
But
great
we do
addition.
have a bunch of other fantastic players, and it will be exciting to have a ladies' night game. We haven't done that for a very long time.
Yep. Hey, beat me to it.
I love Asmati Games comment. He says the only game where the river is literally a flowing stream of wine across the table.
It's a game called Who Can Drink More? All right, right off the bat here, Kyle with queens under the gun is going to make it 2 bets to go. Never even been on Twitch before. Never even been on Twitch before. Floppy Nuts, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Steve's going to come along. Mike's going to come along. This is a fun little pop. 4 players to the flop. All right, 3, 5, 10 here. Couple of hearts. Not much for anybody. Kyle still way out in front here. Mark with possible running diamond potential. And Kyle bets it, and everybody runs for the hills. I think Kyle's getting some well-due respect at this table.
Kyle feeling pretty happy right now that he decided to sit in the game, I think, rather than
Yeah.
commentate.
He's like, let's see. I could have sat in the commentary booth, and basically JFK Stones was going to buy me like dinner and a drink, or I could go play the 100-200 game.
Make a bunch of money.
And crush everybody else's
Yeah.
hopes and dreams is what we're doing.
You know, Kyle lately has been kind of aficionado with drones, and he's doing like a lot of drone footage.
When he's not busy crashing drones into himself and or hurting himself.
You've got to learn somehow, right? I
If
like
it's
some
not-
of the stuff he's done.
If it's
been
not
great.
Kyle shooting awesome drone footage, it's Kyle going to the hospital because the drone propeller like cut open his hand and smashed an
They
artery.
have
or
a
something.
special line at the hospital to get you checked in if you were there for a drone injury.
It's true.
Yeah.
Tony G, King Queen suited, is gonna raise it up to 200. And that's just gonna get through right off the bat. Pick it up. Got a little under 40 minutes left in the stream, guys. We appreciate you chiming in. We're here with you every Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
My favorite.
Yeah. Specifically when we feel like it.
Sick Boy Pro, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Drake F, how you doing? 100, 200 limit hold'em. Big game tonight.
Yeah, Torture You, I agree. The 40K combined table bankroll is pretty solid.
not
Pretty
bad.
solid indeed. Now, see, Andrew Barber there in C9, he did get the menu that you got to order that stone salad. You know it's plus EV.
Somebody told him.
It does help your game. I'm telling you. Watch. Now Andrew's his run good's gonna change right here. Tom Dwan keeps asking for twinks over and over and over. Buddy, we got you. We get you. They're on the way. Relax. Osmati Games the best. I didn't realize this was limit for a few minutes. I just thought everybody was being very orderly with their bets. So great. So great. Jack 9 deuce here, all diamonds. And wow, Zach's gonna let it go to Andrew's bet. Solid. Aggression pays off. Andrew taking it down. He ordered that salad, now everybody fears him.
I'm telling you, it seems like every time someone gets a salad, it started with Peter, he plays in our big games, he orders a salad, he runs like God. There's got to be something to it. I believe there's some provable science here.
Science.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Tom Dwan, I absolutely promise, man. The Twinks are slated to arrive right about 10 o'clock, so hopefully they get in right before the stream ends. We'll see. Thank you, everybody, for the kind words. Much appreciated. Thank you, everybody, for the not-so-kind words. Your band notice is in the mail.
Not too many bands tonight. We're doing better.
No.
Even with an Urban Dictionary word, you always expect it a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Urban Dictionary word was strong, dude. I mean, who doesn't love a good Sacramento squash tourney?
No doubt. I heard those are all the rage in Thailand, though.
They are. Well, that's because Red Bull's cheaper over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Steve's going to come along here with a fun little Super 1 gabber. Kyle exploiting the button here with ace-9. He's coming in. 8, deuce, 5, couple of diamonds. Got a fun little double gutter straight draw here for Steve. Queen Poker asks, when is that Omaha game again you were talking about, the 2040 game?
October 25th. It's a Wednesday. Oh.
October 26th. 26th.
Let's try again. There we go.
Spelling is hard. Yeah, there's a cash win. Only 2 players in the green this session. That's a solid thing to notice here. Zach up about 4K. Kyle up almost the same, around 3.7. Everybody else in the oh crap, what happened to my wallet category.
Well, they could just look over at Zach's stack if they want to see their chips, right?
But guys, that wasn't even a fair statement. None of these guys who battle at this level have wallets. We either have rubber band bankrolls or fanny packs, or small backpacks that are on the back of the chair, which just seems like a safety issue. I wouldn't put that much cash in the
Yeah,
back.
you leave it on. Leave it on.
Fair enough.
And Mark's going to get involved with 9-7 suited.
So Steve pops it up to 200 here. Mike L comes along.
Tony, 3-bet.
And Kyle comes along with ace king. Tony pumping in a 3-bet with what? 8-6?
Oh, I like it.
Because Tony loves that button. That button, no.
I did see Tony put a 3-bet, right? Yeah. It didn't show up on the graphics just yet, but he does have 3 chips out there. That might have even been Mike that 3-bet over there. Trying to follow the action here. It's going
No,
pretty
because
quick.
I had saw Kyle only call 200 before that.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it was either Kyle or, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Tony who 3-bet the button here.
All right, check. Going around to Tony, who's missed this, but he was aggressive pre-flop. He does check. It checks around. We get a king. Great card for Kyle. Bad card for, I'm sorry, even better card for Steve K. Hits 2-pair.
Now, question for you. Endobird says, oh, something like a horse mix in the future could be cool. Do we have, I mean, I don't know if we have, we'd have to manually put in the face-up cards in front of people like for the stud-type hands. That'd be interesting. I don't even know if, we might
I'm
need
not
a
sure
special
how it would
license
work
for
with the
that.
stream, but I
Yeah.
don't even think we have the license.
Yeah, we need a
so.
special license to do some of those like stud games, stuff like that.
So Kyle hits a king and the nut diamond draw and gets a diamond on the river. Yeah, guys, because we're a card room, we have to be licensed for every single game that we run. A little bit stricter rules on card rooms than there would be on, like, say, your standard casino.
Torture US, do stones have markers as a buy-in option? I hope so, because I'm definitely going to need a marker to go sit in this game right now. Tom Dwan. God, I'm going to give you an A for effort, dude. You just won't stop. What are the blinds? Blinds are 50 and 100. Guy made a joke like, hey man, you know, oh yeah, why don't you go play in this game? Yeah, sure, just blind me out. And they're like, oh, blind me out for like an hour or two. And like, oh, I'm down like 1,000. My
Only.
bad.
Forgot to say only.
My bad. Oops.
All right, both players hitting an ace, and danger for Dandruff.
And battle of the kickers here. Both players hate their kicker. I wouldn't be surprised to see this hand be played relatively soft here.
Well, Mark doesn't hardly have any chips left, so I think he's committed.
He's looking to just get it in.
Putting them all in.
Aren't we all?
And this might be a chop pot even. There's a good possibility it gets chopped up. Now, there's a diamond. That's actually good for Dan. Dan's betting at this, hits the ace, has a diamond as backup, which could be good. Wow. I can't believe it. Mark's going to let it go. I would think with only a few chips left, he would have been committed there, and he actually would have been
good. I love our chat. Thank you guys for everybody who follows us and hangs out with us on the regular. I have a feeling some of these guys I might be seeing for the first time we're going to see a lot more of, and I'm not even mad about it. Super stoked. So thanks again. Chat, you guys are a big part of this show, and we really enjoy it. We enjoy interacting with you. So
I know, Persian Sky, I was shocked too. I thought only a couple chips, he hits an ace. I think he's just committed there.
I love it. Worst fold ever in the history of poker.
I saw that.
Worst fold ever in the history of life. Oh, you guys are the best.
Okay, so the bet is 300 now, and Mark is all in for 150 with ace deuce.
Guaranteed 5-card, and it's cheap. As cheap as you can get these 5 cards in this
See 'em all,
game.
yeah.
So yeah. Look at these hands. How does everybody have everybody's range? What does Tony G have? King Jack, Ace 8, Ace Deuce.
We're gonna see Tony G's hand's gonna be deuce 4 offsuit.
Dang, 9, 10, Jack here, couple of diamonds. Top pair and a straight draw for Mike. Same for Zach. Open-ended for Andrew.
And Tony just got the heads up to put his cards on the reader, and we see a couple of hearts.
Open-ended with backdoor heart draw potential. Oh god, that 8 is just a killer for both Tony and Andrew. Not what they wanted to see. 4-card straights the board.
And this is all bad news for Mark right here.
This is a great turn card for Mike now. Now he also has a diamond to redraw.
Free rolling on Zach's King Jack.
And 4 on the river is brick.
And Mark knows the writing's on the wall there. He's going to walk away.
That's going to seal it up for Mark. Mark, thanks for playing, buddy. Always a pleasure having you.
All right, we're 7-handed here, so the game is getting short, but it is still going.
Mike's stacking up. Look at those towers of white. Feels good.
Yeah, it does. Good to be Mike.
Yeah. Be like Mike, right?
Yeah.
You know what they say?
Mikey likes it.
Pick one, man. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. Maybe Michael Jordan. Stick with Michael Jordan.
Alright guys, Ben is coming in. Thank you.
Look at that. After that, now look at Zach Kyle sitting at 11.1K and 10.8K. The 2 big dogs at the table. New dealer coming in. Now, generally speaking, this is a little bit different because it's a limit game. But one of the things that we've been doing a lot lately, I think originally started by Harlan, is on dealer change we do bomb pots.
Right.
Where everybody puts in X amount of dollars and then they all go to see a flop and they all play it out post flop.
How crazy would that be in limit?
I was gonna say in a limit game they're not doing that here, although you know, especially because it's a little bit higher, obviously limit. I think it'd be tough. Like, okay, everybody throwing $100, like, ugh.
Right.
But why not?
Why not?
Should.
But they didn't do it though. It's okay.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to see Cali Kid running solid. I know the last one on 200 games started out decent for him and then took kind of a sharp turn to the south. Yeah, a little bit of a cliff diver, if you will.
Kind of like imagine the Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner.
Yeah, the Cali comeback kid. I like it. So Druff here pops it with 9s. Everybody folds, takes it down.
Easy peasy.
Graphics wrong, spin wrong for an hour. He reloaded, they didn't update it. Who reloaded? Maybe C9? I don't know who reloaded. So one of these guys reloaded. Oh, Druff. Druff reloaded. We definitely do rack attacks. They get called out, what are they, like every hour or something?
Yeah, and but it's for a random table. So, I mean, we got quite a few games running in the room right now. And it could go to any one of them.
Rack attacks are generally $100 for the lower limits and $200 for the larger limits?
That's funny, yeah. No, so in this game, a rack attack is like 2 big blinds.
Exactly, it's $200. Same thing as earlier. Like you get aces cracked, okay, here's your $200. Like you get a 1-bet rebate. Whereas in the smaller games, you're just checking down, hoping your aces get cracked, and you lose like $20, so you can really lose you can gain 200.
Yeah, in this one, you're probably gonna lose like 2,000 to get 200 back.
You're like, here you go, 10% rake back. Great, thanks.
Hey, but it's better than 0.
Whatever, dude.
You know?
Everything's better. $1's better than 0.
I agree.
It's bus fare for a player who has to leave the table.
That's right.
So 8's here, still in the lead. 4 on the river, seals it up. Zach's 8s are good.
You're lower than the 7.
And the run good continues for Zach. Limit Hold'em, who'd have thought?
Who'd have thunk it? Let's see, 21K, that was too quick. Yeah, there's still like a solid 40K plus on the table.
The one thing I've definitely noticed about this table,
Well, I mean,
you don't have the audio in, but I mean, usually the tables are like pretty loud on Stone's Live, having a good time party. I'm not saying they're not having a good
It's
time.
probably all Cali Kid's fault.
Serious.
It's all Kyle's fault. That's why they're so quiet.
Cali Kid coming in. Are you done over there?
Hey, you want to hop in? Here, hop in. Say hi. The man, the myth, the legend. Comment on the games. What's up?
Hey guys, we got Cali Kid. Rare booth appearance with me, with Justin.
Yeah,
what's up,
it's been
buddy?
a while.
Hey, you've been running great tonight.
Yeah, I caught a heater. It was good timing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This the hand you remember? Oh yeah. Oh, that's huge.
I'm running good.
Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of run good coming for you that we haven't even seen yet on the stream. Walk us through this hand.
Yeah, so I forget if I 3-bet. Oh no, Steve 3-bet, so I elected to just call. I know Andrew's not usually opening great then, but actually, when I saw this flop, I did say he might have a hand. If anyone has 9-8, it would be Andrew because he's opening late position. But obviously, if my hand is super strong, I'm gonna elect to just slow play it and go for that extra bet on the turn off of Steve, which works out perfectly. He ends up paying me off, and yeah.
So let me ask you this, because Justin and I were kind of talking about this a little earlier, and we understand limit hold'em obviously, but you're like really into limit hold'em.
Yeah.
Do you like it better than no limit?
Yeah, these stakes I
Definitely at the higher stakes. So I was curious, we were talking about a couple different things, and one thing I'm interested in finding out is starting hand selection. And we were kind of guessing logically, it seemed like in limit hold'em that like pocket aces, pocket kings, pocket queens, they're still obviously the best hands, but they may not have as much strength pre-flop as a hand in no limit does, where in the bottom range might not be so bad as it is. What do you think?
I think it's somewhat the same.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the thing is that in limit hold'em, you're going to go to showdown a lot more often, so you want the best starting hands because they're you're going to go all the way to the river. And
so do you actually tighten up a little in limit hold'em compared to your no limit game? Do you play a tighter game?
I think if you watch this game, I folded like ace queen suited pre-flop even because Zach opened, Andrew 3-betted.
Yep, I see that.
I'm gonna have to. Play
And you're out of position. Yeah.
Against two pretty solid players, so at that point I just decided it was better just to fold there.
Now you say that, but earlier in the stream we saw you be aggressive all the way to the river with pocket deuces. So
Yeah, yeah, that was
just going with your read.
That was, yeah, because I mean, if it gets checked around to you on the flop and on the turn, you're just gonna bet with any two cards, really.
So
And-
I saw Mike make a play in an earlier hand that was interesting as well, and I'm curious to get your opinion on it, where he flops a monster and he just bets out, right? He's first to act, he just bets out. I was thinking in limit, you flop a really strong hand like you did with the set of tens, wouldn't it be better to check call and then check raise on the turn when you can put more money, or are you just going to be aggressive nonstop?
You really gotta know your opponent, and it kind of also depends on what position you're in as well in the hand. I'm not sure which hand you're talking about exactly, so it's kind of hard to say. But like, for example, in that hand with where I flopped a set of tens, I was pretty confident that Steve was gonna barrel again on the turn, just based on what I've seen. He also has not been running too well in the last hour or so, so he just might. A lot of players, I don't really know him, so I don't know his style for sure, but a lot of players will tend to get a little more spewy.
Who was the toughest player on this table? And not necessarily by who won the most, who's the toughest player to play against in a limit game here? I mean, there's a lot of talent here.
Yeah, I would probably give the most respect to Andrew and Zach. Also, the guy that was in seat 8, I think his name is Dan.
Doug.
Doug. I played a lot of 30-60 with him back in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay. He plays it like Bay 101, right?
Yeah, and he's actually, I think, the floor man at San Pablo.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, so back in the day when they had a lot of poker, they had, I think, like, it was like 12-24.
Very cool.
It was a big game. But yeah, I mean, this game is, everyone seems to know what they're doing. It's a little bit tighter of a lineup compared to the last 100, 200 game that we've had. That was a little bit more loose.
Yeah, we definitely noticed that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I like, in these type of games, I like to 3-bet a lot whenever I'm going to be playing, and try to take the lead.
So, interesting thing that our viewers might be interested in is you were actually scheduled to do commentary for this game tonight.
I was really excited to finally do a commentary on
you
this
got
game.
here and the seat was open and you just jumped in the game.
Yeah.
What you saw the game, because I texted you earlier and I was like, hey, I'm going to end up with an open seat. Do you want to play? And you're like, no, I'm okay. But then you walked in the building.
Yeah.
What was it? What did you see?
I didn't intend to play, so I didn't have the cash on me to buy into a game this big. So it took me just a couple minutes to pull some strings to get some cash.
Okay. So it was just about finding the cash.
Yeah.
You knew you wanted to play no matter what.
Yeah, I probably would have played. This game is so rare in Sacramento.
Right.
It's kind of, you just kind of have to.
It's kind of cool. I think that the live stream actually is essential in bringing this game to Sacramento, because when you can stream it, you can actually organize the players to come.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun. I mean, I don't know where everyone came from, but I know, Andrew came from Santa Cruz, or Santa.
Yeah, Dandruff.
Santa Cruz.
Todd actually drove up from Los Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
And obviously, Doug came up from the Bay Area.
yeah, he's from the Bay Area.
So yeah, and last time we had like players from like Fresno and. So,
Yeah, that was Brandon.
yeah.
Brandon was actually supposed to play today, and I don't think he ended up making it in.
He killed in the first episode.
Yeah.
So
But this is definitely a game that people will travel to play.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think my brush is pretty much over here.
Torture You jumps in the chat room, says that you made a tad more taking the seat in the game than you would have in the commentator chair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good move.
Think you picked right tonight.
Average around 2,500 an hour.
Not bad.
That's a good hourly.
Not too bad, yeah.
Yeah, I got actually crushed in this game last time I played after the stream ended.
That's what I heard, yeah.
I actually run really bad after the stream. Every time I played after the stream, I just got crushed. So, I think
So
I'm
Andrew
gonna-
picks up an inside straight draw in this hand, and Dan just queen 9 high. Tony folded queen 8. He would have had top pair with a queen if he had stayed
Oh yeah,
in.
yeah. He was saying.
Oh, never mind. He would have got cracked on the river. 9 comes out. And it looks like Andrew is going to reload
Hit for
here.
11.
I went back to the question you asked when you flop a big hand though. In limit, it's really important to get value. So you know, I would actually lead out a lot just because you cannot risk it getting checked around.
Gotcha.
Sometimes when it's a multi-way pot, it's just better to lead and just play the flop fast.
All right.
Yeah. But I'd say that's a key difference in limits.
Chips on 11.
This is really a value.
Do you feel like Limit is a dying game?
Yeah, sadly it is. I mean, there's only big limit games in the Bay Area, LA, and
Stones Live. And
Stones Live every
yeah.
once in a while. And when I was on the East Coast, I only saw a 15:30 game at Parks, and it was only like once or twice a week. I think maybe Borgata's got a 30-60 as well.
Weren't you trying to get a 918 running here at Stones for a
Yeah,
while?
it was an 8-16 half
Oh,
field
8-16.
game. It ran for a few months.
Did I say
but
916 or did I say
think it's a
918?
918.
Okay.
Yeah.
Phew.
It was an 8-16 half field game. It ran for about 3 months or so, but it was just never. It was really hard to get a full game going and players to commit. But I bet if we had it on Stones Live, that I think it would probably.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could definitely do that.
What's going on here?
We didn't get to see any of the cards, but Tony is scooping the pot. We know that much. Do we have you scheduled for commentary again anytime soon?
I was checking and I don't know. Let me give you my schedule.
Yeah, let's get you on there.
I might be moving to the Bay Area
Oh, okay.
in a month.
You'll still
so-
make trips up here. though.
Yeah, just less.
Was it better areas to fly your drone around there, or what?
Actually, probably
Yeah.
not. It's probably better places. Sacramento's not bad because Tahoe, you can fly legally and
Okay.
it's not too far. In the city, like Marin Headlands and all that, you can get fines for flying out there, so
All right.
it's a little tougher to play.
So do you remember anything that was going on during these hands? Well, we're getting our hands back. Okay, that's good. Just in time for me to ask.
So, kind of funny, we're playing, what's it called? Flop time?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Andrea was the one that suggested it. And you know, the person that suggests it always is the one that gets punished.
Okay.
Yeah, so
what is it?
Out of the 5 times that we've had to pay time, Zach has paid it twice and Andrew's paid the last 3 in a row.
Okay, so how does it work? Walk us through it.
So typically in bigger games, instead of there being a drop from each pot, the house takes a rake every 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it's $9 per player.
Right.
But instead of every player putting on $9 every 30 minutes, which sometimes slows down the game, we agreed that when it's time to pay, whatever the middle card on the flop is, whoever's sitting in that seat has to pay for the whole table.
Interesting. What
So-
is okay, so what if the middle card's like a 10, a
Then
jack,
it goes
a
to
queen?
the turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so right now, if this was the flop we were doing it on, we'd wait for the next turn.
Gotcha. Oh,
Or
that's
if it
kind of
doesn't,
cool.
if it doesn't get to the turn, then it will go to the flop of the next hand.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's just a fun way to go, and you can lose $81, or you can free roll it. I haven't
It's
had
like
to
not
pay
even
rate.
one bet in this game. It's like not
Yeah.
a big deal, right?
Yeah, it's a fun game though, and I like limit. It's a game where I think it's really misunderstood. It's just really not popular. A lot of people think that you're gonna approach it with the same approach. Like people are always complaining, oh man, like you can't win pots in that game because you always get rivered.
Right.
But those players are taking the complete wrong approach. And you can still bluff in this game too. I don't know if we've really seen any.
I haven't seen that.
Big
Well, I mean,
ones,
we've definitely seen people with the second best hand make a bet and get folds. You know, so there has been a little bit of that, but like I said, everyone in this game is very skilled. They know what they're doing, so it's been pretty ABC.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of fun action hands. Guys, if you have any questions in the chat room, Kyle will take your questions too. If you guys have any serious questions, come on. Serious questions about Limit Hold'em. A rare opportunity to speak to can I call you an expert? A Limit Hold'em expert? Would you consider, you're a professional limit
Sure,
player? Is
I
your
guess.
specialty? What's
Yeah,
the
it is.
term?
I
What's the
would say it's
term?
my specialty.
A special
Yeah.
Limit Hold'em specialist. Now's your chance. They want to know what it's like to play with Dandruff. Is he like a legend?
I guess. I've heard of his website. I think I've been on it.
Okay.
I've read some of the online reviews and stuff. And yeah, he's got a little, I don't know if you can see it, but he's got a little shampoo, Head and Shoulders bottle. I asked him what that was about. Makes sense.
What did he say? Just because of his nickname?
Yeah, Dandruff.
Yeah, it took us a while to catch on to that.
What is a social justice warrior?
Like protesters, I think.
Oh, I am not anything like Andrew Barber. I don't think. He's a cool guy though.
Larry Laffer says, "Wow, these guys had no idea who they were playing with. Tell us." We heard there was a rumor about Dandruff that he was on Man vs. Food.
Oh, was
But
he?
we Googled it and we couldn't find any evidence. Apparently, it was they were pranking us. But
I guess he can eat a
he's
lot.
kind of a big deal. His house smells of rich mahogany, and he has many leather-bound books.
You've been to his house.
No. 10 minutes left in the stream, guys. Make sure you get on there and click that little heart in the right top corner of the screen. We'd love to have you follow us. We'll send you a little notification when we go live on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10. Or during our Fall Classic, we're going live like almost every night, and it's at random times because it's tournament final tables. Stones Live is always free to our viewers, and we're wrapping up the last few hands here. 100, 200 Limit Hold'em. We got Mike L. and Andrew facing off. Andrew does hit his queen. And Andrew's in really good shape on this one. The cards were really going against him early in the game.
Yeah, it was. Ooh.
And 3 queens, okay. Looks pretty good.
I think Mike's gonna have to pay him off here. I 3-bet Mike a lot tonight.
Is there any reason for that?
I mean, he's the player to my right, so.
Okay, so you're always going to
Yeah.
punish the guy that's acting before you?
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, I actually like it when the player to my right is active like that, especially in limit, because, like I said earlier, I like to 3-bet ISO a lot, so I'll isolate out the blinds that's considered dead money in limit. In no limit, you're trying to win like 10 big blinds per hour. That's considered pretty good win rate. In limit hold'em, it's all about 1 big bet per hour. So in this game, your goal is to basically make 200 an hour, which is pretty good. So every blinds that you steal is very crucial. And you see, no one in this game is chopping or anything like that either. That also has to do
Now,
with the
I saw you chop blinds with Tony on 2 different occasions.
No,
Why would
no,
you?
I give him a walk.
Oh, you did. So
Yeah,
you're
I
not
folded
chopping.
No, we were not chopping.
So Justin Kelly and I were wondering about that. When you're taking time, why would you chop the blinds?
Right, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, I think those are the only 2 walks in the game too.
Okay.
Yeah, we were kind of goofing off about that too, because I know he's not folding against me. I think I had like 10-3 and like something else.
So they're asking in the chat room, how many commentators on the Stones Live team now? I think 7 or 8. We got, there's me, the other Justin, you, Jake Veronica, Deb Wall, Val Cross is back, Brent
Did she move back?
Harrington. She's back, yeah, and she joined the team. I believe that's 8, unless I'm leaving someone out. Oh, 9, Michael Longcar. I did leave someone out. Sorry, Mike. My bad. Heads up to this flop. All hearts and no hearts in anyone's hand. Zach's gonna bet it, and Andrew's out.
Blind versus blind. Pretty standard.
Yeah, 9 of us now, so the team's gotten pretty big.
Yeah. Veronica got fired again.
Always.
Every week.
So I see Justin Kelly tricked you into finishing his shift, huh?
I guess.
He's probably at the bar drinking. You see him?
I think he
What happened to him?
He's probably playing with my
Oh, I
chips
hear him.
right now.
I hear him. Smooth, Justin Kelly.
Best way to get a commentator fired is sitting with Veronica. Something's gonna happen.
Very true. All right, we're probably coming up close to the last hand here, guys. Make sure you click the heart and follow us. Earl Troll is in the chat room. He was supposed to be in this game tonight. He wants to know how many of the commentators could beat a 2-5 game. And I'm going to go and throw this out there and say 2. Maybe 3. Maybe 3 of us could.
Wow.
Definitely 2 could.
I know you can kill the Omaha game.
I do sometimes, yeah, when I get very lucky.
What was that? What were we playing? It was like 3-6? Or no? I just remember it was after the show, and then
Oh, it was a
we were
4-8
at the
Omaha.
bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like my first time.
Because I ended
playing.
up going down to like nothing, and you did too, like big roller coaster with
You
the
beat me
stacks.
though. You pretty much stacked me in a limit game. I was just playing every
I mean,
hand.
that's my move, is stacking people in limit games. I'm very good at it. All right, Tony G's raising it up to 200 with ace-7 suited. And is this kind of cool, commentating on your own play?
Yeah.
We could do your like, C3 makes an amazing play here by calling.
This is probably when I had like deuce 3. Yeah. I was just like, whatever.
What the hell, right?
Yeah. I was already in for 1 blind, but that's probably not optimal.
Look at those mountains of white chips between
Especially
you and
against
Mike.
the
That's
under the
great.
gun raise. Yeah.
Chip count there. Kyle is the chip leader. Can I say that in a cash game? Can I call you the
Only-
chip leader?
only if Jake is
Only if
watching.
Jake's around.
Yeah.
All right. Zach had a great night too there. Look, 11K in Zach's stack. Hey, you guys, between you, 20 grand on the table, just 2 players. That's pretty sick. We're looking over there.
When
The
you run
game's
good
still
in this
going.
game, you can make a lot of money.
It's short-handed, 6-handed, and they're still just grinding away. We don't get a lot of opportunities, like you said, in this area to play this game.
Yeah, you have to go to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Pretty standard open for Andrew, hijack, pretty late position. We're playing 6-handed, so all the hand values go up. And again, those blinds are really crucial, especially when it's short-handed. You should see a lot more 3-betting when the game's short like this. Torture, I bought it for 5.
Do all the players at this table understand that concept as well?
Oh, which?
That
Oh.
they should be 3-betting more often and widening their range short?
Probably not. And that's actually one of the reasons why I like playing when it's short-handed.
You like keep looking over there? Are you like
Yeah.
ready to run back over there and get in the game?
I think I'm gonna be done for the day. Though. I just ran so bad post-stream. I'm just gonna book this win.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It was a good win.
Very good. And this is one thing I've noticed. We've had the all-in button sitting in seat 7 ever since
I
Mark
noticed
left.
that too.
I wasn't gonna say anything about it, but I'm like, you know what? It's just enough to like set off my OCD that if I say something about it, it might help
It's the only
ease
way
my
we're gonna see
pain.
the all-in plans
Yeah.
in this game.
Someone asked me earlier, like, can you go all in and limit? I'm like, well, yeah,
Actually,
one
yeah.
bet at a time.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
once you get-
actually, when it's heads up, it's unlimited. There's no cap.
Right, the cap comes
Yeah.
off.
True story.
Only when the betting round starts heads up, right? Like if
No,
it started
no.
3-way and someone dropped out,
Oh, yeah,
there's
yeah,
still
yeah.
a cap, right? And then the next card,
Yeah.
it's uncapped.
Yeah. I took a guy 12 bets once in a limit game. It was crazy, which basically put him all in. I had the nuts. I had Queen Jack. I had the Queen High flopped. It was 10-9-8, and he had Jack 7, like
Yeah.
whatever, and he sat down, just kept going. I was like.
Have you ever
But
seen?
the funny thing is that usually when that happens after like 6 bets or so, you just assume you have the same hand.
Right.
But this player was just so bad that the whole
Well, you
table
gotta
was,
love
The whole
that.
table was just staring at me like, you lucky guy.
Have you ever seen this? And I don't think this is technically legal, but have you ever seen 2 players in a limit game get heads up and just agree to go all in instead of bet?
Yeah, I have.
Do you just want to go all in? Can you do that?
It depends on what the rules are for that particular casino.
I don't
Most
think
of
we
the
allow
time,
that
they
here at
don't
Stones.
allow it. Yeah.
It would make sense. So you got to do it one bet at a time. In a game like this, it could take an hour for you to go all in with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is the show for the evening, and Justin Kelly is doing something interesting
In
here.
honor of the beautiful 100-200 game tonight,
Ooh.
drinks to the
Ooh,
booth.
what's that? Well, I guess
Since Pete Cross isn't allowed to.
I guess we're getting fired now. So now we're only
You
going
asked
to have
how to get
Veronica
fired.
left.
Done.
Awesome. Thank you guys for joining us at Home Stones Live Poker. We appreciate you being here in the chat room, viewers, YouTube, Twitch, watching us, watching Kyle get rich playing a 100-200 limit game. I'm glad you got in the game. I'm glad you had a good night.
Thanks,
and
me too.
cheers. Bottoms up. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
World controlling like the discourse around improvement, you know.
She's going crazy, the only way she's ever known. I can't explain it, the way she gets into the zone. But when she's got that look, it's the one and only way to go.
Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.